All right, y'all. Greetings. I said I wasn't gonna come back tonight, but shoot, I done sat up here. I done did some of my work as far as my business is concerned. I did some homework. I did I graded my couple of my son's assignments. Spent some quality time with my husband again. And I said to myself, I said, self, let's get busy because I'm not doing nothing with my life right now. So why not go live? So I want to react on. I'm not gonna call it react because again, I'm not on a level yet as some of you wonderful ladies, as I stated before, and even brother Mike, who does reactions, even on down to friend, even on down to TMY Tasha, even on down to Kales, and even on down to Yanni. All y'all are masters at this, and even down to uh, even on down to my girl who I had the privilege to come to my channel. I really appreciate that, So I can't be, flow. I can't even, give y'all enough credit for what y'all do. What y'all do is hard. And I'm not the expert at this, but I do have comments, right? So let me do my comment. And I can't even call it commentary. I can just call it, I don't know, my opinion. So anyway, I ain't doing that with my life. Why not? So I'm not going to, I don't know how you share all this again. I'm not paying for the share and all that stuff because, I only have, and don't get it twisted. I'm great. I'm grateful. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are wonderful. How you doing, Amelia? I'm grateful, and I appreciate you all subscribing and all this. It's really much appreciated. I can't, I wouldn't be able to come here and express myself without y'all. However, I'm not at 1,000. It makes no sense for me to pay for something I'm not at yet. You start investing when you start seeing certain things. And I have other investments tied up. So y'all be patient. My husband said he ain't doing it. Okay, let me just tell y'all. He said, no, when you get up to 1,000, then we'll go back and start paying for StreamYard. But we're not doing paying no StreamYard and you're not even up to 1,000. That don't make no sense. Okay, y'all, he checked me. Okay, whatever. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and react on this. I'm gonna just play it so y'all can listen to it. Um, I know it probably doesn't have the same effect, but again, y'all can go to her channel and watch. I'm not doing all that, and I probably won't be in here too long to react. It's just gonna be a few minutes, and then I'm probably gonna do some exercise or something. I don't know, whatever. How you doing, Mike? You heard me mention you. I didn't know he's gonna come over here. Look, y'all. First, I can't even begin to. First, let me just notice a couple of things. First, you know, it's just certain things that we do as mothers. Number one, or as a father, we unless we doing nowadays, you of course you might have a couple of pictures where your hair might have been not looking so well on it, when your hair might not have been so combed as much as it possibly could have. I mean, I got some pictures where my mother uh took a picture of me before she started combing my hair. I have pictures like that, but or she combed my hair and it kind of messed up, later on, because that Madam C. Walker product didn't work on my hair because, I got curly wavy hair. And by the time the humidity hit it, it's back puffy poof. Okay. So that's what's saying. And that is what it is. Let's just be honest, right? So that kind of happens, right? But for the most part nowadays in 2023, because we have editing devices, and you don't always have to show, like right now I'm in my pajamas, y'all. I'm like, girl, come on live. And what's beautiful is about the live, I can stop cam, right? And y'all won't see my little pajama outfit. You won't see me with my earrings is not in my ears and my hair is combed back. And I'm probably gonna throw this scarf on here. You know what I mean? Um, so I'm just not looking myself. I'm looking a little crazy. And when I say I'm looking a little crazy, I'm looking crazy. I'm clean crazy. I'm teeth brush, face wash. I done took a bath now, y'all. Took me a bath and a shower. Okay, but I'm not looking. I'm not looking. I got my goddamn pajamas on. I'm not coming on here without my pajamas on. Anyway, so the point is they have editing devices, and for the most part, you don't have to, you know, have your children, hair not necessarily combed. Now, if you nowadays, if you about to do a video, a hair video, and you're showing the products you use, or you doing the child's hair while you doing the video. So normally we don't necessarily do that in our community, for the most part. Even when our sons need a haircut, we might be on the edge of maybe needing a haircut. And I got a couple of pictures of my son where he probably need his haircut. Well, he probably gonna get his haircut like the following day or the next day, but it's okay, right? Um, I have C19. What is good for this? Oh my god. Um, Ginger. I tell you what helped me. Now, I can tell you what helped me when I had it. Ginger, black seed oil, um, sea moss, echinacea, and elderberry. Did I say black seed oil? Black seed oil, black seed oil. I probably overdosed on black seed oil. I took so much of it. I'm telling you, it was getting on my nerves. And ginger, ginger root, or you can get the ginger powder. Either way, it goes down and it's good. And drink a lot of tea. I drank a lot of hot tea too, and I drank a lot of liquids. Any liquid I could possibly find, I had to have it delivered because my husband had it too at the time, and he had to go. We had to go and have it delivered and just tell them leave it at the door. So we had to call Kroger's and get the and get and get juices, because I was so much in pain I couldn't even juice at the time when I had the C19, right. I couldn't even juice, you hear me. So what we had to do was we just drank. I drank all kind of juice. I drank cranberry juice, I drank orange juice. I could not, you hear me, I could not juice it. I was in so much, I couldn't do nothing, you hear me. Y'all should have seen my kitchen was looking crazy. I was embarrassed. The last, I would say, after that, because I had it for like a minute. I had like, it felt like a 2 week time. It might not have been 2 weeks. It might have been a week and a half, right? It might have been like a week and a half. Look, let's go to week and a half. But on that 3 day, that Wednesday, because I can't remember. It was kind of getting over the weekend. Like that Wednesday, I couldn't take it no more. My kitchen, my husband was really bad. He had it really. I had it really bad at first, and then he got it, and then he had it. And my son like was in there sleep. We wouldn't let him come in there, but we had to do our best. We just ordered out and just gave him the food. I'm telling you, because I couldn't cook nothing. But I went down in that kitchen. My husband was trying to cook, and y'all should have seen it. It was crazy. And I had to go down there. I had to make myself. I just got me a stool and set on me a stool and just washed all those dishes and cleaned up as best as I could. I'm telling you, and I laid back down, but it was bad. So that's my recommendation. Um, and lemons. I made like I think I had like a, I had like some lemons. I was able to cut up some lemons. I could at least do that. I cut up some lemons. I started sucking on them. I sucked on that ginger root. I put it, dipped it in some hot water, and I'm telling you, it helped. But then I lay back down. I couldn't even, I thought people, man, my brain was, it was messing with me so bad. I thought they was plotting on me. You hear me? Anyway, let me continue on. So what I was saying was, let's go back. Yes, ma'am. I hope that helped. Um, Again, that's what worked for me. It may not work for you. I'm just giving you some recommendations here. My recommendations. Anyway, I'm looking at this girl's video. Welcome back to our channel. Okay, so what I noticed, okay, so that she got the little boy's hair shaved off or whatever. That's cool. The little girl's hair, maybe, you know, a little touch, probably need a little touch up. Okay, it's not that, it's not as bad as I thought it was. Maybe I was looking at, well, yes, it is. It's not. She should have combed their hair. Shoot, I'm trying to be nice. Sometimes y'all have to get me together. Sometimes y'all have to say, you know what, you being nice. Sometimes I try so hard to be nice because I don't want to always come off like a jerk. Um, I don't always want to come off like a jerk. I mean, I'm a Taurus. I have jerk tendencies. Yeah, I have to work. Yeah, one thing I have to work on at times is sometimes my mouth can be a total weapon, and I have to work on not like I don't want to go into the theory of the energy of bashing. Not for me. Now, I like a good old drag for somebody else to do. Now, I will stand by and watch y'all drag, and I probably laugh, but I'm just talking about me. I'm talking about me, y'all. I'm talking about y'all. I'm talking about y'all. All right. Okay, I'm taking except for sea moss. What kind of sea moss is good? If you real sick, if you really like to the point where you can't do it, I would do the powder form because to me the powder form because if you do the raw kind, then what you have to do is soak it, and you ain't gonna feel like doing all that, right? And you can make a tea out of it, but you're not gonna feel like doing all that. So my recommendation would be for the powder form. The powder form, where you gotta do is stir it up, put like a teaspoon, take like teaspoon, like probably like 3 teaspoons a day, 2 to 3 teaspoons a day, like morning, afternoon, and right before you get ready to close your eyes, that kind of thing. Just try to do that, the powder form. I don't know, how long I mean, I sell sea moss, but if not, I mean, whatever you want to get it from, but I do sell it for the record. My website is in there. It's euphoricenergyllc.com. But I don't know how, I can get it to you as quick as I can, but, it is what it is. But nevertheless, the sea moss is really good. And I always tell people, I know a lot of people, a lot of my clients, and I tell them a lot of times, I do sell the capsules, but I hate to use the capsules because although they're vegan capsules, nevertheless, they still I don't like the dissolve point of the capsules. So I really like to tell people to hit the bloodstream. The bloodstream, the powder alone, without just teaspoon and putting in your water and shaking up the water, will hit the bloodstream a lot quicker than the utilizing of the capsules. But whatever, I don't know. Don't listen to me, whatever. Anyway, so they hair, she probably should touch up their hair, whatever. And then like I'm looking on here. What is this in the other room on the floor? Is it a TV? I don't know what the heck that is. The little girl. Oh my God, these children are gorgeous. And look, y'all, these children are gorgeous. Now, let me tell you something about these mommies on here on YouTube. Now, we can say whatever we want to about them, but they got some beautiful children. Now, I'm gonna be honest. My Jazzy Life has some beautiful children. Chrissy has some beautiful children. Live Life has some beautiful children. All these women have some beautiful children, and I must say that. So I'm gonna say that. Now, I don't listen. Let me tell you something. Now, I know a lot of people drug Blue Ivy's hair, but I actually like when children have natural hairstyles. I like afros, but you got to pick a choice. Either it's gonna be in the afro form, and you're gonna put a pony, or you're gonna do a ponytail, or if you're gonna do a ponytail in the front and have the afro in the back, that's cool too. But you know what I'm talking about. If you're gonna have a ponytail in it, make it a ponytail. Make it make sense. That's all I'm saying. But these are some beautiful children. So let me say that. And I say I want poker beans. So I'm making it right now. Hey, you got to make a beat. Y'all trying to make a beat? Yeah. So y'all want to eat on camera today? Show everybody how to eat y'all food? Yeah. Sure. They want to see different content, y'all. Okay, wait a minute. Looking at this. This little girl, her ain't that bad. I'm tripping. I apologize. I had to really look at it. Y'all might think something else. It's not that bad. It's not bad. It looked better than how my Jazzy Life children look. Let me shut up. There's nothing wrong. It's just the way that I'm looking at it from my phone. I'm looking at it from my phone. That's all it is. So it probably will look a little differently for me because I'm looking at it from my phone standpoint. Okay. So anywho, I apologize. Okay. Let's go there. Yeah. All right, so let me say this. This table is really small. I don't see how these children are able to eat on this table. Because that seemed like that table would, maybe it's just I don't know, you know how camera can make things look a lot smaller than what it is, or sometimes the camera can make things look a little bigger than what it is. But it just seemed like to me that this table is very small for these children. She might probably, nothing wrong with getting the children a table, but maybe a longer table so they can all fit their food on there. How they gonna fit all their food on there? Them plates, even with those plastic plates, my son has upgraded to regular plates now because he's almost 8. But on occasion, I still use the plastic plates, you know. However, I just would think that even the small plates would be too small for that. I don't know, but we'll see. I guess we're gonna keep going. Let them see what y'all be doing, okay? All right, now one of the comments in here talked about that they probably should do white rice. I mean, yellow rice is better. Actually, brown rice is probably better. Um, it's still a grain, or even quinoa. You know, try to cut back on giving our children so much starch. Quinoa is better, or couscous. You know, can be better. However, white rice, you know, every blue moon. I mean, probably when I go out to eat or something like that, I might get white rice, but I'm not really keen on white rice. I mean, it's a every now and then, every blue moon type of foods, right? But brown rice is bad. Is the or actually, to be honest with you, black rice is even better. Black rice, if you got black rice, it'd be even better. It's not bad at all, but they don't really comb it all the way through. She didn't buy the table. Keisha has bought everything in the house for those kids and her. Oh, okay. I don't even look. Literally, y'all. Be honest. Let me tell y'all truth. This is my first time watching her, so I don't know much about her. Y'all gonna school me along the ways. All right. You right. That's Amelia, thank you so much for clarifying that. That's exactly what it is. It just, I'm looking at it from my phone. Y'all got to understand. I'm looking at it from my phone, so it look a little bit different. And I had to look. I said, "No, it's okay. It's not bad. You know, it could be touched up a little bit. It's not that bad. It looks better. You know, you know." But she might have a. Sometimes those children be really tender headed. I know I'm strong handed. Maybe that, you know, she was trying to comb through it, and it just, you know, the little girl, the children. Sometimes children don't let you comb through it all the way. She might be heavy handed. I don't know. But yeah, that table is small. Well, since it was given to her, then she can always, since she was given a table, then why don't she just? I ain't gonna tell nobody what to do, but I would recommend that she buy another table so they can fit all their food on there. You know what I mean? So you don't have to, you know, it just don't seem like it'll fit. Maybe buy another table. You know, you can buy another table. Somebody gave you one, so you know it's cool. What the hell is that? Did somebody throw something? Is that a cat? Is that a pet? Wait a minute. Hold up. Let me look at this sideways. Wait a minute, y'all. Did she throw a cat? These children are just as cute as they want to be. I must say that they are really pretty children. They are handsome and pretty. But she, I don't know if somebody threw a cat. I might be lying. I might be seeing what I want to see. I don't know. I'm not going to go back. But that, I don't know. Maybe it was a coat. It might have been a clothing or something. I don't know. Should I speed this up, y'all? Oh wow, he gave a smile. He looking at that food, boy. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I like it. I like a kid who eats. I'm telling y'all, I like a kid who eats. I have southern tendencies. My parents are from Mississippi. So I have southern tendencies. So I like a good old child that eats. And he was looking at that chicken like, I'm getting ready to chaw down, boy. That boy, nothing wrong with that boy. That boy like to eat. There's nothing wrong with that. Hey, he healthy. He healthy at eating, you know. Okay. Oh, what the? Wait a minute. Did that little boy hold up his middle finger? Am I tripping? Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me look. Let me go back. Now, I'm going back on that one. Wait a minute. Hold on. Maybe it wasn't. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I ain't the best. That's why I don't do live reactions like this because no, I ain't paying for YouTube either until my husband ain't doing that too until I get my stuff up. So don't judge me. I don't want to hear. All right, well, maybe he didn't hold his finger up. Maybe he was just like doing like peace, what's up, that's what's up, type of deal. Okay, okay. It's the noise for you. Yeah, I know. It was kind of noisy. Thanks for saying that, Amelia. It's kind of like I don't know if y'all ever. I don't want to talk about this particular energy because that's a demonic force, but it's kind of like looking at. I don't know. It's kind of like I don't know. You know how you be at like a family reunion, and it be. She said it's the noise for her. You know how you be at a family reunion, and it just be like a whole bunch of people. You know, at the family reunion, you're gonna have a lot of people. You're gonna have probably no more than no less than 50 people. To call it a family reunion, you'll have like about 50 people to be a family reunion. I would think, and over, right? And so you had this family, and y'all kind of go around and y'all take pictures, be like, look at Uncle Joseph, look at Fred, Uncle Fred, look at Cousin Pete. Y'all know what I got that from. Y'all know what I got that from. Janet Jackson and Tupac. Cousin Pete. You know what I mean? And you look at all these different entities, and you kind of run the camera around, and you go, wow, that's kind of what it looked like right now. It looked like they had a family reunion. Little children sitting at the little table. Y'all know. Okay, so she cooking. All right, let's have a real conversation, okay, y'all, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, first let me talk to the ladies. Now, men, brothers, brothers or whatever, what have you. I'm gonna talk to y'all in a second about this, but first let me ask the ladies, because ladies first, right? So my question: do y'all think bonnets should be worn in front of people, or do y'all think it's a privacy thing? Do y'all think bonnets? That's the question. Should bonnets be worn for everybody to see? Should bonnets be uh, worn in the privacy of your own home and not on the video? Kids live what they learn. She's loud and they are too. Yes, they are. They are loud. So yeah, I talk loud. If you came around here, me and my son talk loud. My husband not so much, but me and my son talk loud. My children, my daughter talks loud. My my two of my other sons, they don't talk very loud. But me and my youngest son and my daughter, my oldest, we talk pretty loud. I ain't gonna lie. We can't help it. Bless us. Part of it because we from St. Louis, and part of it because he's 7, but whatever. So we're working on the indoor voice with him now. We trying to teach him how to not to talk loud. He'll do it sometime, and then he will go back loud, but whatever. Um, so yeah, bonnets or not, what y'all think? Type in the chat. Do y'all think bonnets is okay? Do y'all think bonnets is a thing to wear in front of other people? You know what I mean? I know she in the privacy of her own home. I get it. But I'm saying she videotaping. Do y'all think it's necessary? Do y'all want to see somebody's bonnet? Okay, gentlemen, fellas, as Erica Badu would say, fellas, are y'all there? Anyway, fellas, gentlemen, brothers, do y'all feel like bonnets, is it attractive for your woman to be walking around with the bonnet? You might not bother you. Is it okay for her to go to bed? Is it sexy time? Is bonnets okay to be worn? Or would you be upset if your woman was like, I'm ready to come, I'm going to pick you up at work, and she got her bonnet on? Would you be upset if you took her somewhere and she wore her bonnet? Is bonnet in or not, brothers? Okay, just type in the chat. Let me know what you feel. Ask your man. And for those, if if you have a man or a significant other, you know what I mean. Nowadays, you might have you might have a, what I'm talking about. You might have a woman. So ask your woman, do you think would your woman be okay with you wearing bonnet? I'm just saying. And also, is it necessary, and can men wear bonnets? Which I think about men wearing bonnets. You know what I mean? Not the do-rags. I mean the bonnets. Okay, but let's go. Okay, I'm gonna speed this up because they're doing a lot of talking. Okay, so let me look. She got one bowl. Well, hot damn, y'all. Hey, check this out, y'all. You know what, y'all? She was able to fit all these bowls on this table. Wow. I didn't think so. I was thinking place, huh? I was thinking beyond the scope of operations. And she was actually able to set these bowls on this table. Well, I be damn. I guess I'm wrong, y'all. I guess I stand to be corrected. Okay. All right. Let's go. Okay, listen, we have to have a conversation. I like beans and rice like the next person. I do some beans and rice. I do lentil beans. I might do some lentil beans and I might do some brown rice. So I might do some beans and I might do some quinoa, or I might do some black rice. I ain't had no black rice in a while though. But no woman should wear a bonnet when she is out of her yard. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's fine. That's a lot of starch. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, a lot of times, okay, beans. Beans can be a good protein for you, but it does have a little bit of starch. So you're already combining that with that. So I would recommend, even and I'm not trying to tell people to stop eating meat. Okay, that ain't my thing. But what I will say to you is that maybe, and just maybe, that you probably should put some vegetables with that. I mean, I don't know what's up with these mommies that even the country folk put vegetables with their food. I don't see not one vegetable on this plate. Do y'all see any vegetables on this plate? She just got beans and rice and chicken. You know what I'm saying? I don't see no veggies whatsoever or fruits. I mean, I at least try to give my son fruit in the morning, fruit in the afternoon. I'm saying he still have a meal like a breakfast and he'll have a lunch, but part of that lunch is going to consist of fruit both ways. Now, for dinner, he's probably going to have a large sum of vegetarians of vegetables, right? Of course, a large sum of vegetables. And then, like, if he asks for a little snack, I'll probably give him some vegetables and some fruit, and a grain, but whatever, don't listen to me. I ain't cooked chicken probably in about 20 some years, right? Um, but is the chicken supposed to look like that, y'all? Okay. Just asking. Okay, so she said she do have corn. So she got corn. Why she didn't give no corn? Why you don't get and what corn? Okay, so we know for a fact, and I love me some corn. However, it does not digest. That's why I come out whole when you go do number 5 or number 6 or number 7. It comes out whole. So probably not the best to eat. But I mean, for the sake of corn, I just like me some corn. I ain't gonna lie. Now that's not necessarily something that we should be eating because it is really hard on your digestive system. But I like it. I'm a country girl. I got country tendencies. Okay, I'm a vegetarian. What more y'all want me to do? Shit, can cut everything out. Let's continue. Okay, yeah. You said those kids eat trash every day, Amelia? Well, shoot, I don't. This is my first time watching. You schooling me. You schooling me. I don't know. Um, I don't know. It just seemed like some of the flour. Maybe it's my phone. I got an iPhone 13, so maybe it's my phone. But it seemed like the flour is still on this chicken, and maybe it's not. Maybe I'm blind. Maybe I'm blind. Y'all know I don't have. Well, I have work glasses, but I don't. I don't have the glasses where you could see like, you know what I'm talking about, like right in front of you. But I have the glasses like when I get in a car, I see far away, you know. But then y'all know I need another prescription probably. But whatever. It seemed like that there's some flowers still look on this chick, and I don't know. Still look. I mean, I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping. Y'all correct me. Check me. Well, I mean, a veggie shouldn't be a choice, though. Am I tripping? A veggie shouldn't be a choice. You know, when I was in high school, and this girl looked like she not a spring chicken, right? This girl, Nikia, what's her name? Nikia. She doesn't look like she a spring chicken, right? So, because she's not a spring chicken in school, I don't know if they had health class in whatever area she was from, but I remember distinctly that we had like a gym class, and we didn't do gym all year round. The gym teacher also taught health, and part of health was sex education. Although some of us still got pregnant, including myself. No, as a matter of fact, when we was taking about health education, I was pregnant, but that's another story. But whatever. I was hard headed. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Anyway, in health class, we did learn like the 4 basic food groups. You know what I mean? What was it? The 4 or 5 basic groups. Now here I'm a nutritionist. Now I'm sitting up here looking like I'm going to say something stupid. but nevertheless, I don't know. I thought that part of the basic food group was vegetables. Fruit. I don't see any kind of vegetables on this plate, and again, corn is probably not the best vegetable to eat. And if I happen to serve corn, I'm gonna make sure I serve something else, with something a little bit more healthier than corn when I serve the corn. But again, I like corn. My husband not so much. He just eats it because I cook, but I love corn. Y'all love me some corn. But I know it's not good for me. I know for a fact. Me being me, I know better than that. But it's still good. Okay, whatever. I like grits. Shut up. Shut up. Anyway, right. I have I would have days with veggies, fruits only, no meat to this day. Yeah. I mean, I'm a vegetarian, so man, I don't eat no meat, not even fish, none of that. But every now and then, like I said, I will have some like cheese, some regular cheese every now and then if I'm out or something like that. Every now and then. But I mean, I can count on one hand how many times a month. I mean, not probably once a month, if that much. I don't even no, I didn't even do it. I haven't eaten uh this month. But anyway, whatever. That's neither here nor there. She need a good old shine, girl, and she wondered why her kids don't eat right. She need a good old shine across. They have like these little wipes that you can get it. I'm not sure if you get it at a store, but we get ours from an industrial cleaning place. Now they probably have this at the store. I'm almost sure. I just never look for it in the store because we get it at the industrial cleaning place. But they have like these furniture wipes that you can just use. You don't even have to use the furniture spray. You can just take the furniture wipes. It's lemon fresh. It has lemon scented on them. Excuse me. And just wipe it down. Or you can always go to the dollar store and get you. And they sell them in all the dollar stores. And they're really cheap. You get the Murphy's cleaning polish or something. I forgot. It's called Murphy's cleaning polish. I know it's like in a brown, yellow bottle, clear bottle. And all she gotta do is take that and just kind of wipe it down. If she wipes it down once a week, I'm telling you, like her cabinets, you'll see definitely an improvement. Okay. Maybe it's the lighting. Maybe it's the lighting. But if she just run across the little thing, but sometimes on video, some things look funny. Like even my walls. My walls are clean, but sometimes sometimes it look weird, because it's on camera. But whatever. But that's my recommendation for her to do the little things. So she don't have a big people table. Where she eat at? Asking for a cousin. Can y'all hear Doctor? Hey, what do you think about water faucets? Why? Water faucets like water faucets like a filter for your water. I don't drink. No, no, I don't like them. No, I don't do them. But let me tell you something. Kentucky Anna is what they call it. Kentucky and Indiana, right? Um, it water is. I would never drink that water unless I would have to boil it or something. Unless I didn't have anything else. Unless like all the bottled water was sold out and my, we were in Armageddon. That's the only way I would drink it. What? She got a water faucet in her room. What? What's in her room? The big people table? Oh Lord. So okay, so what was I saying? Okay, so water faucet. So no, I wouldn't drink it unless it was Armageddon and I didn't have a choice. I mean, but by then, I mean, if my foot start looking like my neck, I mean, it is what it is, right? Her kitchen faucet. No. Now if you boil it, and try to get all that out, how when you cooking or something like that, that'll probably be in the best interest. If we boiling it, but just drinking out of it, nah, I'm not drinking the water. I'm not drinking the regular water. But you know what? Some of this bottled water, it need to be diluted too. Even with the diluted water, I do put this. I put it's called hydro. The hydro basically basically it's peroxide. Is percentage. It's a higher percentage of regular peroxide. It's not regular peroxide, but it's a higher percentage, and you can drink it. You put it in. You don't drink it just alone, but you put it in your water. So I even use that to put that in my tub bath because it's really the water here is really strong here and it'll beat your ass. You know what I'm saying? Just to be honest with you. No, girl, she eats in her room on the floor. Oh, 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 okay. She eats in her room on the floor. No, I mean, did she just move? She just moved there? Did she just move there? Or she didn't have the. Did she just move there, or did she do something where she's about to get new furniture or something? Okay, inquiring minds want to know. Y'all remember inquiring? Oh, okay, so that's pork and beans. Okay. Oh, okay. Wow. I don't even remember how pork and beans taste. It's been, golly, dang, I haven't eaten pork. I haven't eaten pork since I was like, God, I had to be about maybe 17, 18, somewhere in there. 18 years old, I'm 50 now. I don't know. I don't even remember what it tastes like. I mean, I eat beans, you know what I'm saying? And I've done a vegan, my rendition of vegan, mock, that, but it was like with vegan dogs, vegan dogs, with lentil beans, you know what I mean? I've done that, but not the poke beans. Okay, but whatever. Okay, let me continue. But to each his own, y'all. Now, if y'all eat pork and beans, I'm not giving y'all a hard time. I'm just going back to thinking about it. Look, I'm not putting nobody down. I'm not putting y'all down. I'm not even putting her family down for eating pork, but pork is not really in the best interest of you because it got mucus in it and high blood pressure, and you could have issues with your blood, but whatever. But just kind of, and I'm sorry, arthritis. So just kind of be mindful of eating a lot of pork. But hey, do you? All right, one question, y'all. Is she talking to an adult? Is it another adult in the house, or she talking to her children? She kind of sounds like, and don't get it twisted. I don't think when we have children, I don't think we should baby talk to them. I think we should talk straight up to them. But but it almost sounds as if she's talking to an adult. But I don't know. Just asking. Not too long ago, she said she is buying furniture. So Keisha, her subby, has bought everything from the beds to the underwear for her kids, for those kids. Okay, so she's like another Jasmine. So she's about to buy, right? She says she's not buying furniture, so her subbies has bought everything for bed. Well, it's not there yet, so I guess it's en route. Okay. All right. To each his own, I guess. Thank you so much, Amelia. I need you to. You probably need to come up here and talk with me then, because I don't know nothing about this chick. Okay. I mean, young lady. Sorry. Okay. And if she got a really good shine for that floor, if she get her floor wax, if she go and get like a floor tech to come in there and with a machine. See, my husband do all this kind of work. That's how I know about that. Now, I know how to do it. Well, don't tell him, but I do actually know how to do it. But I don't. If I tell him I know how to do it, then he'll be like, "Hey, hold this for me. Why I did that?" Because he does all kind of stuff. He know how to do all that. He probably know how to build a house from the ground up. But um, a shout out to my husband. He passed his test today for one of his certifications. So shout out to him. Congratulations. Yay. Um, so yeah, anyway, so one of his jobs was floors, and he does this as a business as well. And if she get a good this looks like a really good floor. If she gets that floor detailed up, get that floor shined up, put that coat of wax on that floor, boy, they might be sliding through the floor though. But that floor will really come up though. But whatever. Ah. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I ain't paying for it yet. Get off my back. Oh, so she does have some veggies after all. She has peas and corn. But why the little kids didn't get it? Why she didn't get a little kids little vegetables? She boils hot water and pours it on the floor and mops. Oh, okay. No. Um, why did she boil the hot water? Did she not have hot water? She don't have hot water to come out of her or she trying to sterilize the mop. She thinks she's sterilizing the mop or something. What boy, all she need to do is go get her a mop bucket and go buy her a mop head that's washable and get her a stick. And she just get them floors so she get floors. Thank you. Thank you. I'll definitely let him know y'all said congratulations that you said it. Okay. So why come the little children didn't get no veggies? How she gonna make them say grace after they already start eating? Now I'm not a person that says grace like that. I mean, I do thankful to my ancestors and things like that. That's another saying. I pour out a little libations. We tend to do that from time to time. And we call on to our ancestors and things like that. But it's still a form of showing gratefulness, right, to the people that were here before us. However, why she didn't say that before they started eating? I mean, all the food was ready. Why she just didn't already give it to them? Why she just didn't give everybody a plate at the same time? I guess they don't do that, huh? But okay, whatever. Cause it's like 8 minutes and everybody else just not getting their plates and she just not saying grace. I thought the food was ready already. It looked like it based up at the stove. Amen. Are you ready? What y'all people like, comment, subscribe, turn on notification post video. I'm feeding my family on the book on Labor Day holiday. They enjoy the food. Y'all, they're gonna shut it down. What is it? Y'all gonna get what? Oh Lord, she another uh uh bra burner. You know what I mean? She one of the ones that burn the bra. She don't wear bras either. Okay, all right. I guess that's it now. Okay, okay. You know why they coughing like that? That's a lot of mucus. They got a lot of mucus. That chicken contains mucus. Wait a minute, is it another adult in the house? Because I feel like she's talking to an adult. Inquiring minds want to know. Yay! I just said I got one house for everybody for dinner today. No soda. Oh, you ain't getting on it. I got mom. What? At least she gave him water. All right. She gave him some. But she gave him some bottled water. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. No more pull-ups. Woo, that girl. If I was a sibling, I'd be mad. I'd be like, "What are you coughing for? She sneezing?" I'm like, "Cover your mouth. Cover your mouth." Jesus Christ. Wait a minute. Good luck. Let me tell you something. I like a good old seasoning. I've cut back a lot on hot sauce. Now, me as a vegetarian, I should love me some good old hot sauce, but I do a lot of cayenne pepper. I ain't gonna tell y'all what I call it. My husband be like, please stop saying that. You don't tell nobody you say it like that. You're embarrassing the family. But she got a lot of hot sauce on there, boy. She ain't gonna have no. She gonna be in that bathroom with a lot. But you know what? Maybe that'll help her. Maybe that helped her. Going to the bathroom. I don't know, but your butthole's gonna burn. But whatever. Every meal is the same, of course. She needs a bra. Yeah, her older uh, Naya is 19 there as well. Okay. Every meal is the same. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. What's this? Mashed potatoes? Okay, so there are different people getting different things. So I guess the little children getting the rice. This look like mashed potatoes? Let me look at it again. I don't know. Rice, mashed potatoes. I don't know. At this point, they look like mashed potatoes. She's sweating like a heat. She's sweating like a. She's sweating. She just sweating. Okay, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna refrain from saying what I want to say. I had to catch myself because it may be offensive to somebody. I don't want to offend anybody, unnecessarily. I mean, don't get twisted. I enjoy my food too. If y'all ever watch my so-called mukbangs, you would think I really enjoy my food. And I really do. I'm a Taurus. We enjoy our food. But she really enjoying her food, isn't she? I can't even hear her. She need to get some elderberry and she need to cut back on giving these children stuff that got mucus in it because I can hear that cough. It sounds like mucus. Seems like they're very mucusy. That chicken didn't have a didn't have a chance, boy. She tore that chicken bone up. Shoot, she don't eat. You know how dogs eat chicken bones. Shoot, that she chicken bone didn't have a choice. Her oldest daughter is 19, and her name is Naya. Okay, did I say it? Nyla, Naya. Is it Naya? Hope I said it right. She seemed like when she took a bite of that chicken, she was gonna break her teeth. Obviously. She need to hurry up now. This video boring. Eh, okay, am I subscribed? No, thank God. Okay. All right. This video is boring. All she did was fix a plate. But I guess it's better to be boring than be, I don't know. It's kind of boring. It's like, can I speed this up? Is she going to say anything interesting? She is really hungry. Can y'all hear me? I mean, all I heard, and don't get it twisted, I have a fan. I have a desk fan. But this child, shoot, I heard air conditioning. I heard that air unit. It's a wall. What they call it, a window unit. I hear that window unit going. It's loud as heck. I can't watch this stuff more. This girl is unique. I don't. She's different. Okay. This sucks. This is not turned out the way that I wanted it to. It's like it was a fail. It was a fail. It did not turn out like I wanted it to. Wait a minute. I got some music. Wait a minute. I got some music. I can't even spell today. Oh my God. I don't know, y'all. What am I supposed to say, y'all? I don't even know what to say. Yes, listen. This video turned into just like this. It sucked, man. She sucked. She sucked. This, I don't know what to say. I said I was gonna react on her because everybody else, the wonderful and beautiful sister reactors and the lovely gentleman reactors are reacting on her, and I don't know what to say. It's for the birds, man. I can't react on her. I'm not calling the people that react on her birds. I'm not saying that. I'm saying she is for the birds. I can't do it. I'm done. Dr. A, she has a book on Amazon she wrote. Really? What she write a book about? What is it? Let me look this up. Now you get rid of. Now you making me search. What's her name? Nakia. Nakia. Let me look at her channel again. Nakia. Does she have a book on her thing? Um, does she have it on her thing? Nakia. Okay, maybe she just doing this for attention. Maybe she ain't really like this, huh? Is she? I told you I'd be wishful thinking. Nakia. Okay. All right. Let me see. What she got? What the name of her book? I sound country. What is the name of her book? Did she write a book about some drug dealers or something? Let me see. I'm trying to look on her. Um, that's somebody else. That's probably not her. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's her name. Okay, let me look it up. Thank you. Okay. Shanika Grant. Shakina. Is it Shakina or Shanika? Okay. Grant. Okay. Let me see. All right. There we go. Boom. There we go. Let me see. Real life never felt so real. Oh, she got several. Oh no, it's the same book. It's just different type. No, she literally have several different. Wow, she's an author. The book is called "Real Life Never Felt So Real." Oh, she has several. Life never felt so real. Okay, that's two different books. Real life never felt so real. Life never felt so real. And then how could love hurt so bad? My life inside and out the social media life. Life was so full of entertainment. Um, wow. And then she did some journaling with faith formations, like affirmations type of deal. Trusting God, building your faith muscle. Okay. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. She has several books. Finally, someone is going to try to explain why they are the way they are. You know what I'm going, you know what I might do? You should. I see one, two, three, one, two, three, four. She got 5 books out there. Seriously. No, she has 5 books. Go to Amazon. Go to Amazon and look. She has 5 books. It looks like it appears. I'm gonna get one of her books and I'm gonna do a okay, read the comments on her books. Okay. You look crazy. I like you. Okay. Nah, when I say you crazy, I don't mean it like in a bad way, I mean in a good way. You know, like you funny, like you cracking me up, like, you know. I need to get the physical book today. I got the audio book. But I need to get the physical. Not that book. Okay. Okay. Where is the okay. All right, here's the comments. Let me click on. Okay, there we go. There we go. Thank you. Girl, she got 5 books. Her promise. Go to Amazon. She got 5 books. Okay, so I'm not gonna say who this person is, but their last name starts with E. And they said, because they reviewed this back in November on the 2nd, 2022. And they said she loves to support black authors. And she said it doesn't matter what kind of book it is. And she said she just loved to support her own. So she was very dang. She was disappointed that it had been released out like this, here like this. Come on now, sis. I only read the preview and I was really just shocked. Oh, she wrote a whole paragraph. I'm reading all that. Actually, let me do a summary. I'm not reading all this. Someone actually submitted this. This just one long one on sentence after one on sentence right after another. The punctuation she said sucked, and then she said grammatical errors. Well, I mean, she could have did like the what you call it, the AR to correct the grammatical errors. And then she says, very difficult to read. The writer of this book has really done a huge disservice to her work and story. Why? Because she didn't have qualified person to write it or proofread nor edit her story. It seems like as if a third grade wrote it. Oh, damn. Life never seemed so real, her long book. Okay. Um, the mother gave her up simply because she has dark skin 1 second, then the next second she gave them up, even the light skinned ones. There is no explanation in the story to support it. Sadly, this book was all of 29 pages. Could have been a good read because the things that she says she went through sounds extremely tragic. Just as tragic as the story is actually written. Damn. Tragic, tragic, tragic. Sis, take it down. Take this down. Start over. Get it fixed. Have everyone help you. There are too many resources online to have this out here. Go to the library if you must. This is a constructive criticism, not hate. And everybody, it was like 7 people found this very helpful. This other person, they a jerk. I don't think they're a jerk. I'm just kidding. I mean, when I say stuff like when I call people jerk, I don't mean they're jerk like they're jerk. In a way, I'm just joking. So yeah, I want you to get to know that part of my personality. I'm silly like that, but nevertheless, Miss A, I can say that name, Miss A. She said, "Am I being punked? I mean, am I doing being pranked?" I said, "No, punk. I'm not reading verbatim." This was also written in November, on the same day. She says, "This is an insult to everyone who likes to read." Damn, that is not nice. That's not nice. I always read a sample to see if it was going to be something that catches my eye. What caught my eye is the constant errors, no punctuation, commas, and big run on story. This is a complete waste of time and should be free. The author needs to take this down and scrap it. Start over and take it to a professional and allow them to critique the book. My uncle, my biological uncle, who's my mother's twin, had a publishing company. Anyway, maybe this would have helped her. Her only book is the one where her picture and has a child. No, I'm telling you, I'm looking at several. Okay, I'm gonna go back through it. Okay, so then she says the seeds of life. This other person liked it, probably her. Ignore the grammatical errors and see through the pain and the hurt. I pray God blesses you and AD your family and overflows your cup. Stay deeply planted in His truth. Thank you for sharing your story. This is something she wrote. It sounds like this is Mrs. SR. This other person says needs editing. Same day. They got a 1 star. Now all these people, this other person that I just said sound like her. Cause sometimes you have to put, you know what I'm saying? You gotta boost your stuff, I guess. If nobody believes in you, you gotta believe in you, right? This other people gave her 1 star. This other person gave her 5. The one that gave her a nice compliment. So don't think about the errors. But you kind of do because you want to read a book that it has to flow. So my husband's more the writer. Okay, he's more the writer. He wrote for a paper, but that's a whole nother story. I could tell you where his paper, but I'm not going to. Or you can read how he wrote. Read how he wrote. Yeah, or you can actually see his writings. I'm not really the writer. I have to have an editor, honestly. Her story is really sad. I see. So should I be talking about her really bad if her story is really bad? The average just in this book is they said that this is concerning, that it contradicts the storyline constantly. If you are to publish a fictional story, at least follow a storyline each time it repeats itself. I thought I was being supportive. I purchased the book, and this was a joke. I want my money back. 29 pages of a run on sentence and bad grammar. It was 29 pages? Really? Amazon doesn't proofread before allowing people to publish. I do they? I mean, my partner, she posted her book on Amazon, and from my understanding, she they kind of told her it was something that kept on making her resubmit it. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I have to ask her, more about publishing. I have a couple of books that I really need to put out, but I got to get some editors, and I don't want to pay nobody. And so I want my husband to edit my book. But what I'm gonna just do is probably do an AR or something, or I might go to a publishing company. To be honest with you, because I had one publisher that wanted my story, and I really want to write a book. Well, I don't know if I steal my idea, but I have an idea for a particular book that's gonna be co-written by myself and my bio mama that I'm thinking about. You know, that we can write. Anyway, I just told you the idea, but you didn't understand you don't know the concept of how it's gonna be written. But that's another story. Um, This is a crime shame wasted. The author really needs to look into some speech therapy. Jesus Christ. Man, that's harsh. Um, mm, Lack of punctuation. Somebody just ripping her. These 20 people. And then people are like, I mean, look, after each comment, it's like, okay. So the first comment was like 17 people found it helpful. So these are 17 people that could have bought her book. And then 40 people who could have bought her book. And then I'm reading the amount of people that found this helpful. The only one person that wrote that under her that wrote positive said one person found this helpful. 38 people at the person says needs editing. What is this? It was 35 people said they found it helpful. That they wrote this comment. Not the story itself, but the comment that they left. So it determines whether or not they're gonna buy the book. So after reading this, people don't really want to get the book because they already know it's gonna be a hot mess, right? As you stated. Um, okay. Okay. Oh, another person says great read. Awesome read. I love you, Nikia. Probably one of her people from YouTube. Okay. Nobody found that helpful. No comments on this. Is this serious, Amazon? Are there any requirements for people to publish a book? Did the person that wrote the book not have anyone to proofread it? They are forcing me to give a star in order to post. They didn't want to give a star. That's really mean. Okay, so let me go to this other book. So did she? So you okay? So you saying this? You said she only got one book. This book is 430 pages. So one book was, I guess, the index print. Let me see. Download sample. Hold on. Read now. Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right, got some books on here. All right, where the book go, y'all? I downloaded it. Where did it go? Do I need to type in a name? What's the name of the book again? Um, but she has an author behind her name. I mean, she is an author technically. I mean, she wrote a book that would be a defined author. Now, whether or not it's a good author or not, maybe something different. Okay, what's her name again? Let me look again what you said. Okay. Yeah, yeah, Shakeen, Shaquille. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go back up here and look at what you wrote about what her name was. Because I forgot it just that quick. It was on my, it was, I remembered it just 5 seconds. And then Garnett. God, I hope she's not related to any of my clients. Was it Garnett? I don't remember. Was it Garnett? I mean, let me go back up here. Um, okay, Grant. My bad. I wasn't looking at it. Y'all. I just trying to give her a last name. I'm trying to make up her name. Okay. All right. No, she really has. No, she has one, two, three. She has 3 books on here. No, seriously, go back and look. She has 3 books. She has one book about social media. She has another one about Real life never hurt so bad, and she how could love her so bad? I mean, how could real life? Wait a minute. Real life never felt so real, and how could love hurt so bad? Okay, this is the one that I was talking about. Download the sample. Okay, so overall, she got 2 stars. Okay, all right, y'all. Let me see. Okay, thank you. Uh, that is the only one she talks about on her channel. Okay, well, she got more than one. Okay, she not no bad looking girl. Okay, all right. I can't read. Oh my god, I can't read. This is so small. Oh my god. Let me try to put my. Let me put these glasses on, and then I'm gonna look very far away. Let me see if I can see it for. Oh no, I can't read that. I can't read it with the glasses on. That hurt my eyes. Okay, so she breaking down her book. Okay, so this is larger. The second page. Okay, she don't even have no. She don't even have a a index. You know what I'm saying? A content. You know the content thingy. She don't even tell you what page to find this on. The chapter. She don't have chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. What the? Okay. Jesus Christ. I hate to really believe what everybody say. I'm not a bandwagon type of thing. Yes, she got 2 stars on it. Two, I mean, overall. I mean, if you count, because remember I told you those 2 people gave her big stars and everybody else was like, she sucked, right? So thus far, I've seen 2 people that said that this was really good or whatever. I don't know. That supported her. So they probably rounded off to, you know, my mother abandoned me and my sisters and brothers. She didn't tell. Did she tell you how many she got? She said she didn't want kids at the time, so that's why she gave up on us. Sorry. Knowing in my heart I wanted my mother in my life, and it was hard for me and my sisters because we loved our mother. My grandmother sat down one day and told us the real truth and the reason why my mother didn't want me as her daughter. That's not me. This is what she wrote. I was very nervous and upset when she said the unthinkable. Your mother didn't want you because you were too dark skinned. I was not like the others, and I'm not her child. They gave her the wrong child. My heart dropped deep down in my lap when my grandmother kept going on about how my mother left me in the trailer we were living in with her at the time. She got a match, a piece of paper, lit it up, and set the trail on fire with me inside watching the flames go up. While standing in the window, screaming and crying for help, she walked out and left me there as she took my sisters and brothers with her. Well, hell, well, where the hell? Well, wait a minute. Yeah, she got 4 books. I told girl, I wasn't lying to you. Amelia, I wasn't lying to you. Lord, wait a minute now. Okay, right there. How I couldn't read. Glad I caught your live. I couldn't sleep. I'm sorry. I couldn't. I can't read this. That's what it is. I'm glad you caught my live too, Lisa. Okay, let me. Okay, selfishly, not thinking about me at all. The fire got deeper. My grandmother tried to break the window to get me out, but she couldn't. So she called my aunt out of the house to break the window. Finally, inside, she grabbed me and ran out before the trailer went up in flames. My grandmother then took me inside to calm down, and said I would never let anything happen to you again. Well, my question is, where was what was it, the grandmother's trailer? Whose trailer was it? Who first of all, who trailer was it? I couldn't sleep either. That's why I'm up. Who trailer was it? Number one. Number two, did they get warning? How was they able to go in and grab her out in time? I don't know. This time, I mean, maybe this is just the accounts that she remembered as a child that her grandmother told her. Okay, so I'm gonna go with that. Okay, is that it? Is that all my reads? Wait a minute, hold on. Okay, I think that's all the sample. Okay, okay, all right. Let me see. Let me see if. Okay, so and then like where it says read reviews that mention, it says run on sentence. It says you know how they have the mention, what is mentioned. It has proofread, punctuation errors. This is all bad. This does not make people want to get. So hopefully she releases it and has a professional, help her out with that. Because it probably could be a really good story if she does that. Okay, so let's read the sample of the other one. The other one is called "How Could Love Hurt So Bad?" Okay, all right. The beginning of that, I was just like, so I don't want to be mean. Okay, okay, here we go. It says, as time went by moving from place to place, trying to find somewhere to cheap to move, I did everything I could to research the internet. I tried local housing lists but couldn't find anything, comma. So I gave up and told myself I couldn't do this anymore. And that's finally a period. That whole thing that I read, no, I'm sorry. After the internet was a period, and then after um anymore is a period. And then she says, I'm just tired of it all. Exclamation point. So one day I woke up and prayed about the whole situation. She talks about it sometimes on her lives. Okay. I said quickly, comma, underneath my breath. I couldn't say can't do this. Period. Here I am fighting with myself, comma, saying there is no such thing I can do. Semicolon. I have to do it for my family. Period. With no help from the man who I said I loved. Period. He was never around to help with this situation at the time. I had to go extra hard because he was still locked up. So let me tell you a little something about how I met this guy. Yeah, she does need an editor. I just think that she would sound like this when she was talking. Like the character would sound like how I'm saying. Like if she did like a movie, this is how I feel like the way I'm reading this. I feel like this is how they would sound. So I get out of my bed and get myself prepared for that day. I met this guy back in 2009, comma. I met him working at Popeyes, a fast food restaurant. Period. I am driving to Columbia to work 2 part-time jobs while trying to take care of my 2 kids. Well, what was the other job? It's you reading in her voice. I don't know. It just sound like this is how it sound though. This is how the character. She ever got. She should let me play her. I could really do a good job of playing her. I really could, but I would have to. I could do the voice. Let me do the voiceover and read her book. Because she should just did like a voiceover. She should just do like a video book. I think that's creative. Do a video book and just do it that way. That way it would be a big deal about punctuation because that's how the character talks, right? What you think? What's this? I don't want to. I would jack up your name. Is that name is Taekwon, and the other one name is Shania. Shania, is that Shania? Is that it? Shania and Trent and Taekwon. Okay, at the time were the ages 3 and 2. Period. When he came up to me, comma, I wasn't interested because I had a lot going on with myself, and dating wasn't my thing at the time. I had been through a lot in my past relationships, so I decided to give him a chance. Then we went to church. Period. One Sunday, we decided to move in together. Now, when she decided to move in with was he African American? Or was he of a different persuasion? I would just want to know if he wasn't African American, then what was it? I guess it don't matter, but I guess it doesn't matter. But why she move in with him so fast though? Okay, let me finish. One day, we decided to move in together, letting him know I was not ready, but he still pushed himself on me, and then we were in it for a long run, never knowing we would have a child one day. I got pregnant with my first child, Samara, Aaliyah, Yarbrough, born June the 13th, 2010. The day I found out I was pregnant, was excited for the both of us. Well, damn, I know we all start off a certain way, but she was working 2 part-time jobs at the fast food restaurant and was working on baby number 3. Was she a manager at the job? Was she? But she was still young. Okay, how old was she? Did you have an age in here? I don't really have a background for this book. Why did she give us a background? She didn't give us a background, just her driving to Columbia. So where did she live before? She was driving to Columbia. So where was she living at before? How many hours was it away? Was it 30 minutes, 15 minutes? Was it 10 minutes? What was the other part-time job? This question. And I will mess up a name, y'all, so please forgive me. Her book would be good for a writing class or what not to do as a writer. Oh my God. Okay, where am I at? Okay, so she found out she was pregnant and she was excited for the both of them. I mean, did I read this right? I found out I was pregnant for both. Okay. All right, so she was really excited about the third child. Okay, cool. All right, so she basically, didn't want to be like her mother, and she wanted to love her children no matter what. Okay, I got it. Okay, so the next one is she is his first child. Dang, this was his first child. He was already usually like crumb buckets like that are really move in when they have multiple children and not just one. That men that don't really have no children not too quick to move in with you. But I don't know, whatever. Maybe it's different. She's 3 hours from me. I can go ask her to fill in the blanks for us. No, please don't ask her. Okay, what's the next one? Me, 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 me. Okay. Take a lot to do that voice. Let me take a swat of water. Take a swat of water. Sorry for all that sound effect, y'all. I'm sorry. But I was thirsty. Okay. I was parched. Okay. Now, she is his first child, and comma, and I am about to have 3 children. It has been a long time since I had a baby, comma. That's how many commas she gonna put in this there sentence? So he was there for the birth, but it was special. I sound like Harriet Tubman, don't I? I sound like. She should talk about how they made the baby and not just jump to I'm pregnant. Yeah, I don't know why she just said I don't want something. I do sound like a slave. Okay, let me try to move on. Make sure I deal Amelia for telling me to read this book. I'm going to read all the little beginning of the samples of this book. Okay. All right, where am I at? Okay. All right, it's special. But I mean, that's just what I see. 12 Years a Slave. I'm sorry, that's just how I think she. That's how I think the character would be in this particular story. Okay, where am I at? Okay. Okay, here we go. One late night, he was out in the world doing what men do. Well, what do men do, girl? Pray tell. Pray tell. What does men do, girl? Come on. So we just talked on the phone. He said, call me when your water breaks. Period. So here I am eating hot wings and then off to my bed. To bed. She love her some hot wings, don't she? Okay, that's it, y'all. That's it for that particular book. Okay. Okay. And wait a minute, y'all. They said this was 80%. Wait a minute. I'm wrong. Oh, please. Look, everybody bow their heads real quick. Just pray for my soul. Pray that my intentions are just to be funny and I'm not trying to make fun. Please ask the ancestors to forgive me in advance because I'm not making fun in the sense of trying to be me. I'm just, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I'm just reading the book. And I'm saying that this would be a good play, but it just don't, she gotta go back. See, this is what my son is learning now. When he to write a paragraph, to write, he writes he's learning how to begin the beginning of the story, the middle of the story, and the end of the story. And this is kind of what this book doesn't have. Okay, but all right, let's go on to the next book. Okay, well, all right. I'm not leaving no comment. I'm gonna buy one of these books. I'm gonna buy one of these books and we're gonna read it. I might buy, let me see. She got to knock these prices down. I'm not paying no $25 for this book. She got to knock it down a little bit. This page has 11 pages. That was 80% of what I just read. So that was 80%. That was like what, 3 pages that I read, y'all? Okay, where am I at? Okay, this one is called, this is the next one. This one is called My Life Inside and Outside the Social Media Life. Okay? All right, let's try to do this. Okay. Oh, are those her eyes? Who eyes does she have in her head? No, that's her real eyes. She need to wear her real eyes. Yo, what? This book don't even have where the sample at. Read now. Okay. All right. Y'all, this don't have no sample. Where the sample at? That's all it got. My life inside the social media. Life was so full of entertainment world, but it was also my worst nightmare. And guess what, y'all? I don't see. It says location 2. This is it. I don't like. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's go to another one. Let's see. I said read now. Maybe I'm not doing something right. Okay, y'all. I ain't gonna do it. Okay, so this one, the other book is not. I can't read that one. That has a 1%. Okay, let's see. One, two, three. Where's the other book at? The other book don't even have a sample on here. Where the sample at? Where the sample at? I only see one, two, three books that have sample, but she wrote more than one book. Okay, y'all. That's it of Slave Chronicles. I'm sorry. Okay, that's not nice. I'm just kidding. I'm just being funny. I'm just jokes. I'm just yeah, just that's not right. I'm not. I mean, just I apologize. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry in advance. Okay. May the ancestors be pleased with me and know that my heart is in a pure mood. And man, if she gets somebody to write this book, if she get find an author and just tell her story, she can actually become a real author though, for real. I mean, she's anybody write a book, I guess you can be an author, but it's just you're a good author, right? But if she gets somebody to write these books, what's in her head, she has whether I don't know if this is true or not, but she either this she has a great imagination, she just needs someone to pull and ask her questions. God, I'm gonna pass her on to that homegirl of mine who wrote her book, and she writes really good books. So I'm going to tell my homegirl to reach out to her and write her book. Now she probably will write her book, but she got to pay her. But I'm telling you, it would do some justice, and this could turn into a play if it's done right. Not the way it's written now, of course, but if she doing play. I mean, seriously, I like to support Black authors too. Myself, I got a whole library. Whew, I don't know after that read, y'all. I don't know how I'm feeling. Ooh, Lord, I got a headache. I got a headache from laughing so hard. I mean, I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at my voice. Okay. All right. Interesting. Okay, y'all. I think I'm gonna wrap this up unless y'all have something else, because I got a head. I done worked myself into a headache. Um, I must say it was definitely unique. That's all I gotta say. I don't know what else. What y'all want me to say? I mean, shit. I mean, damn. I mean, what? I don't have much to say after that one. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed the read. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed my reading. Mm. Thank you so much for coming here, and I don't know. I would have to talk about something else. I can't talk about her no more today. Um, I don't nobody think I'm being mean, but I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm done. I can't. 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 Let's do a book club for her books, girl. She only wrote like 11 pages. You crazy as hell. Um, Let me see if her books were cheaper. I would. I'm not paying no girl. Do you, girl? Let me look at this. Let me look at these price of these books. Hold on before I go. Let me look at the price of these books. Hold on now. She crazy as hell. I'm not saying $11. So she charged $1 per page. That was a great read for you, Dr. Day. Okay, what about this? Oh, she got this other book, the manifestation book. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna click on that one. Wait a minute, one more, yeah. Wait a minute, Yeah, I got one more. This one, 24.99. She crazy. Okay, let me do this again. All right, let me see, y'all. Okay, let me click on this. All right. Okay. All right, let me see. I don't know if they got this. This is a paperback, so I don't think that this is. I don't think they have a sample. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Let me see. No, they actually do not have a subject. Okay, probably because it's a paperback or something. Mm, I was gonna say we ready to get it in with this book. Okay, all right. All these are paperback. That's not why. Girl, she looked like she could ready to say yes. I am. I'm not gonna say that. Let me see. Well, everything else is a paperback. How come I can't? Girl, this is a paperback. She crazy as hell. She got to get this edited. She can. This is 156 pages. Is this her book for real? Is this somebody else? This is her name. Interesting. So y'all, she has one, two, three, four, five books. Okay, I stated again, 5 books. Okay, that's it. That's it for her books, y'all. This was a great live. this snapshot the shit. I don't like. Did I read Felt So Bad? Did I read that one? C Clubs. Oh, yeah, I'm going. Let me see if her books was cheaper, I would buy some. I'm not like, look, times is hard, and I'm cheap when it comes to something that just ain't righteous. That ain't. I like to be some. I will spend money when it comes to me making money. If it's going to make me money, or if it's going to make me feel good or look good, then I'll spend the money. But this is not. This too much. If she did like $5 a book, then I'll get it. I'll get it right now. But she don't have it. Does Amazon have a cut? Does Amazon get a cut? Yeah, they do get a cut. I don't know how much. I have to ask my homegirl. They do get a cut. I think it's, if I remember correctly, and don't quote me, please, because I might be lying. Okay, I think she said it was 40% because they distributing it for you. Basically, doing more of the work. All you did was write the book or whatever, what have you. If they mail it out to the person, they're doing the cover, the pages, and stuff like that. So they get like a 40%. 40%. I think you get 60% and they get 40%. It might be you get 40%, they get 60%. Excuse me, something like that. I gotta ask. I'm not gonna wake up now because if I wake up now, she'll be up all night. Okay. You earn 12 points. I do. Oh, that's right. I am a Prime member. Yeah, my husband is. Yeah. Okay. So let me see. Let's see. How much is this book? Shoot, y'all, I might be reading this book right now. I don't have. Why does this? Okay, see other formats. Let me see. Okay. No. It says, okay, so her book, this particular book is $15.99. If I get the hardcover is $15.99. The paperback, which is the soft cover, is $11.99, and that's with Prime. You know, I got Prime. I'm like, well, I do a Kindle it. Let's see. I'm still trying to see. I'm really serious. Y'all get me going. This has 75 pages. I should download this and read this. Huh. I should if I could download it, I'll buy it. But I'm not, I mean, it gotta be like $5. Let me see. I don't think Kindle, this app does not support purchasing of this content. Man, if she did it that way, I would probably get it. I'm not paying. No, this, and it didn't have to be $5. No. I don't know, y'all. I can't do it. Somebody she had to send me a book. Maybe she send me a book. I will read it and read. I will do all the characters, voices, and everything. Um, what I would like to do at some point, I would like to go over the 48 laws at some point and show you how you can make the 48 laws. But second, it's hard to do content like that because everybody just want to talk about my jazzy life. But I could really do, I would like to do something like discuss 48 laws of power and how you can make it work. Maybe I could use 48 laws of power and tell my jazzy life on how to maneuver, something like that, and people will pay attention, which I think. Um, when you start off, basically, my book describes the horrors, and this is all in cursive writing. I mean, it's pretty in cursive writing, but not all your readers can read this. And me being one, I can barely see. Went through behind closed doors from my mother and grandmother while living in their THERE homes. Okay. No, I'm not. Listen, no way in hell I'm paying this kind of money for this book. You love the 48 Laws of Power. Yes. Any of Robert Greene's books, including the one he wrote with 50 Cent, the 50 Laws of Power. Um, I thought the 50 Laws of Power was cool, but I think I liked all the other books more so than the 50. I did like the 50. It was cool, but it's not like a Bible for me. You know how like somebody would say a Bible. You know how like if you're a Christian, if you say the Bible is like the book to read. You know what I mean? The spiritual uh, literature to really get into. You would say that right as a Christian, if you're a Christian, or if you were a Muslim, you would say the Holy Quran. The Holy Quran was the supreme book to really get into and to really study from and to really get into, right? And you live your life. It's a lifestyle, right? These are lifestyles. It's not just a religious lifestyle, right? So you was finding to be that, right? Or whatever. You know what I mean? But and the 48 laws is just that for me. The 48 laws of power and the art of seduction is also a favorite read of mine. But I got all kind of books that I can really discuss, like anything down to anything like movement books, any uh, books you can probably think of, even business books I have. But I do read a lot. I probably read a lot. Probably why my head hurts a lot because I do study and read a lot. Not just my work, classroom work, I have to do for school, but I do read a lot on my own. But yeah, 48 Laws of Power is a really good book. That'll be great. Okay. So what I'll do is try to do something where, let me write this down. I'll do a whole course over it. I'll prepare for it. Let me write this down in my handy dandy notebook. Um, what is it? 48 Laws of Power, starring. I want to do Olivia would definitely be a great candidate for 48 Laws of Power. Olivia. Olivia and Gerard. Yes, yes, that's Saga. And 48 Laws of Power for. Y'all gonna make me start this tonight. Don't make me do it. Jasmine. I want to get a little bit more prepared. I can't remember if my 48 laws of power is it at my healing center or if it's here. It doesn't matter. I mean, I still got it online. I still got it in an ebook form in my email. But anyway, I would do that. I will study a little bit on that before I read it because I got to think about how I'm going to bring it. I don't want just off the top of my head. Um, my husband once says He wants me to pray. Okay, I know a lot of y'all like, why you always say my husband says? Okay, let me explain something to y'all about my husband so y'all could understand where I'm coming from. Like, I really like my husband. I don't just love him, but I like him as a person. And I really look up to him because of he's a motivational speaker as well. He really can speak. And one day I would let y'all hear him speak at one point in time. I would play a video for y'all. He's really a good speaker, and he's really better at like YouTube. Like he would have YouTube on lock more so than I do. This is like totally out of my comfort zone. So he's better at these kinds of things. I'm more behind the scenes type of person that can look up stuff and they can tell you some things, that can break some stuff down to you, but I will break it down to you in a country slang, a country Midwestern slang, which followed by I'm gonna mess up some words, I'm gonna mispronunciate stuff, and it's gonna sound country. You can be like, girl, that is not how you say that word, and I'm gonna own it as my own. So, you know, so whatever. I had a public education, and I went to some colleges. I got like associate's degrees. I got like a lot of them, and then I got my PhD in metaphysical. So whatever. And life coaching, stuff like that. Anyway, so yeah, so he's really good at these kind of things, and he is really one of those type of people that should be doing YouTube more so than me. Like me doing YouTube is like totally out of my comfort zone. It's not like, but I can just break stuff down to you in a simple format. And he would bring out these eloquent words, and he'll be speaking, and you'll be like, oh my God. And then I have to, anyway. He's like my Malcolm. I'm like Betty. And I know y'all like, what? You can't compare nobody to Malcolm. Okay, so if you heard him speak, then you understand where I was coming from. You would. And if I told y'all about my life before I came to this portion of my life, then you will understand, and you would more than likely agree with me. He definitely is one. He will go. Him and I will go down in history books. Him more so than me, but me, yes, too. Where are you from? I can't pick up your accent. Okay, so I'm from St. Louis, originally, and I moved to Kentucky. That's why I have a Midwestern accent. And then keep in mind that I spent a lot of my summers in Mississippi and New Orleans. So my grandparents, grandparents who raised me are from Mississippi, and I spent a lot of summers in there. So you're gonna hear a little country twang. So Nelly calls it country grammar, which is not like, I think he's like the best rapper, but I kind of appreciate his music now. At first, when it first came out, I didn't, but now I do after hearing the stuff that they're playing now. Minus the credit card going down the girl's butt, but whatever, that's neither here nor there. However, they call it country grammar, and that's exactly how I talk. That's the accent I do, is country grammar. I'm not quite country like like somebody from Florida, Mississippi, like in the southern aspect. However, it's country and Midwestern mixed with that. So, but know where I'm from. What I mean by where I'm from, and I'm glad you asked that. What I mean by where I'm from is like, everybody has a school of thought, an area in which they come from, a lifestyle that they came from. So I have many different lifestyles, right? But one of my lifestyles, because I'm adopted, and so when you're adopted, you kind of go through a thing of trying to find yourself. And I went through trying to find myself. But that's a whole nother conversation, and maybe that'll be a play one day. Or a book, or maybe if you want to, Tyler Perry will write about me or something. He took Nelly good years. Yes, I mean he took Ashanti good years. I said Nelly, but Nelly basically, yeah, Nelly took her good years. Yeah, she's pretty though. She is gorgeous, and I hope that she can. I don't know if she wants a child, but I hope at some point in time that she does decide to have a child, and she does decide to co-create. procreate. I don't know what it is about me. Everybody don't want to be a mother. Everybody don't want to be a mother. It's That's another part of my background. I feel like not everybody wants to be a mother, and I have to understand that. And not everybody should be a mother, and I definitely understand that. But I think that everybody at some point should. I would think somebody like her with one child, but I don't know. I mean, she living life, I guess. I'm from NC, but I lived in California a lot. My accent is Valley Girl, Country Girl. Ashanti does look good. Yes, I understand that. Um, but yeah, so again, I have a different kind of outlook on life. Like all of us do, we all have a different outlook. But I come from a African centered um outlook on some things. Some things I'm liberal, not like liberal like politics. I mean, when I say liberal, I'm not talking politics, but I'm talking about liberal. Like I'm a Taurus, so I kind of go like, I accept people for who they are, and I don't necessarily try to change people. I let people be who they are, but I do, I do, I, I say what I feel, but I let people be who they are, and without too much judgment, right? Um, however, um, however, I just come from a different perspective. So that's why some of the things I say, and then you got to remember, you have to know I'm a Taurus moon, sun, ascending, and Venus Taurus, and because of that, I have sometimes I can be a little rigid with my values, and that's something I try not to be, but I am. Sorry, that's just kind of how I am. And sometimes I can be a little bit rigid. And yes, Tauruses are judgmental. We Hold on. We do contradict ourselves. Let me explain my contradiction. We can be judgmental to a point, but at the same time, we accept people who they are. So like the church, come as you are. We accept people and we allow people to come who they are, and we like people to be themselves. But sometimes we can kind of be a tad bit looking at you like you're crazy, but not necessarily talk behind your back, but just kind of saying to your face like, "What are you doing, girl?" Um, One of my best friends was adopted, and we went to meet her family last year. I'm a Taurus too, so you understand. Yeah. So I met my family probably about 4 years ago. I did a video, it's on my channel. Y'all can look at it. Where we actually met face to face. We talked on the phone for like a little while until we felt comfortable. You don't want just. I'm not just gonna be like, hey, you know what I mean? Um, it was just weird how I met my biological family. But see, Missouri, in the state of Missouri, they had a law a few years ago, but I didn't. My husband actually told me about the law, and once he told me about the law, where at first back in the 70s, like in 73, like if you were born before 80s, you couldn't find out your original information. And so what happened was it was the place I was born in. There was this nun, and she was a private investigator, and I would have had to pay her like something unreasonable for me possibly to get turned down. So for example, I think it was like $300 to $500. I think it was 500 for identifying information, and then she would have had to contact my family, biological family, to say, well, hey, is it possible? Do y'all want to know who she is? And if they said no, then I would have wasted that money. For the non-identifying information, which was 300, I already had the non-identifying information because my parents were given that. When you adopt, because I know about adoption, because I have a child that's adopted. I have biological children. I have a child that I adopted. I mean, they all the same. I mean, whatever. I mean, they all have different personalities, but I don't consider the child that I adopted no less than my biological children. But whatever, that's my baby. I don't care. And I call him the golden child anyway because he's the youngest. Because he's the youngest, not because he's better, but just because he's the youngest. But I call everybody else bronze golden children. But hey, and they all laugh at it. They're older though. Everybody's grown, so but they don't care. Anyway, so Yeah, so once you get before 80s, so I was already given that non-identified information when I was 16. So I pretty much already knew, but they don't tell what on the non-identified information. They just basically tell you like the sex, like the age of your parent, the sex of certain relatives, and it may describe like how many people that stay in the house. And I know they had a large family. That wasn't a lie. So a lot of stuff. And then I had some information about my biological father. But again, about his family and if they had any births, deaths. I mean, you know what I mean? Any birth defects or uh, this person died of this. Um, what they did with their life, that type of thing. What do they want to continue on and stuff like that, right? So that's what that contains. And for example, it was like, does this person have, in our community, of course, sickle cell trait? They might say this person has a sickle cell trait, somebody in your family. And that stuff is important because obviously you don't want to give nobody that, because you might have a sickle cell trait. You don't want to give nobody that has a sickle cell trait, right? So anyway, so once I found that law, I emailed them. Not emailed them. I downloaded the application, little small application, the same like a traditional application that you normally fill out when you are trying to obtain your birth certificate. So I filled that out, but it was a little bit differently, but similar. And they was like, well, they asked on there, did you know your original name? I didn't know my original name that I had when I was first born. I've had 3 names in my life, but that's another story. So I sent that information off, and it came back some months later. Back in the day when this first happened, it would take up to a year. Mine took probably about 3 months. And the reason why it took probably that long is because I didn't get it certified. Dumb me. My friend paid $5,000 to find the parents. The birth parents hung up on the agency. Shoot, I could have found her parents cheaper than that. Shoot, I could have found, man. I'm good. I'm good at that kind of stuff. I know Miss Flo. Now Miss Flo got it going on where she can look all that stuff up, but I'm good at finding families. Also, I'm good at that portion of it. That's sad. I'm sorry for her. Um, I'm a Virgo, but not the same as Jasmine. I believe you. So I sent off the information, and I kind of really, my whole life, I really didn't necessarily want to, but I wanted to. Does that make sense? At one point, I really was obsessed with it, and I cut back on it for some years, and I'm just like, hey, I accept who raised me, and I'm kind of done with it. And then so once I did that, it did help. Though. I'm not gonna lie, it did really help. And so I sent off for. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell y'all the story since y'all asked. Did you ask? Yes, you did. I'm gonna tell you anyway. So I said to myself, I said, self. And so the lady called me. And I called the lady, and I said, you know, how long is it gonna be for my birth certificate to get here? For my original birth certificate to get here? She said, girl, and the lady was talking to me just like how I'm talking to y'all. She's like, girl, you didn't get this notarized. I'm going to send it back, and all you got to do is get it notarized and move on. Or you can download it again and just send it and get it notarized. I was like, okay. I was like, duh. I was like, this is my life. I got all emotional with her. She was like, girl, you need to calm down. Right? So I had went down, anyway, so it came the day after Christmas, y'all. I will never forget this. It came a day after Christmas. That was her. I could imagine that was her. Her mom left her in the hospital for 6 days, and she needed the information for years. I encountered her to look, but she felt like she was betrayed. She betrayed her adopted family. Yeah, she felt like she was gonna betray her adopt. She felt like she was betraying her adopted family. Yes, um, I felt like that too. That's exactly how I felt, because I was like, because my mother who raised me, and when I say who raised me, that means the mother who adopted me, the parents that adopted me. I don't like saying that necessarily, but I felt like it because she kind of was like, "Why you don't know the people? You don't know what they are." She was just trying to protect me, that I get it. But after a while, we kind of had some words, and she was willing to help me, and she did take me by the the foster home that I was in for like the certain amount of months. I was just there for like a few months, and then they adopted me. I don't even, I was a baby. I was practically a newborn. Uh, Not a newborn, but I was like, I was probably sitting up, So I was about 6 months. So anyway, so she was like, okay, um, and so they sent off information. The information came December 26th, and me and my husband had to go and handle some business that day and fill out some paperwork. Um, and I opened up the paperwork while we were in the car because I just took it with me. I was so excited. I had to know. I couldn't wait, and I just looked at the name, and I saw her name. I'm not gonna give y'all her last name, but I will say her first name. And I looked. I said Vicky. I said, and I kind of got sad because I was like, she didn't put her real name on the birth certificate, right? Because you don't know. You don't. Do you meet a whole lot of Vickies? No, I've never met someone that name their biological name was Vicky, their original name or their birth name was Vicky. And I went in there and I was just looking all sad. My husband was like, "What's wrong with you? It's gonna be okay." He's like, "That's how. Why would they put a fake name on there?" I was like, "Well, it's the '70s. Anything goes down." And so I came back home and I started looking her up, and they had like her, her birth name on there. But I didn't have a father. My father's birth name wasn't on there. So of course I kept looking it up and kept trying to find it. And so I kind of found some information on her, and I was like, dang, she lived like a gypsy. She moved around a lot. Thanks for sharing. I'm listening to your story. Okay. The birth mom had been sitting in church every Sunday with her aunts and never told them that they had a niece. I'm listening to your story. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to break down my story. Okay. So, so I was flabbergasted. So I found a yearbook picture of her. So I guess I could show y'all the yearbook picture. Y'all seen how I look, right? Do y'all remember how I look? Let's see. Hold on. Y'all remember how I look? Okay, let me see if I hold on. Okay. I don't want to show my son. I don't want to do that. If y'all recall how I look, I'm gonna try to. Okay, let me see if it'll let me do it. Okay, so it won't let me do it. It would not let me do it. It was like, no, this is not the video supported. So we did a video of our reunion. Anyway, so let me make this long story short. Let me try to speed it up, y'all. I'm trying to look for this picture. I ain't gonna show y'all on this one because she would be upset with me. She'd be like, I can't believe you posted that. Okay, so let me just show y'all this. Okay, still won't work. Okay, so forget about it. Okay, so let me just tell you the story then. Okay. So what happened was, I'm going to cut this video short. I'm not going to play all this. I'm going to edit this part out. At least I'm going to try to. I'm not an editor like my Jazzy Life. I didn't go to editing school. So I basically sat with her. No, excuse me. So I looked up the picture, and I was like, this lady don't look nothing like me, right? So my stepdaughter was like, are you kidding me? She looks just like you. And my husband was like, oh my God, I'm going to throw up. He's like, she looks just like you. I don't mean throw up like you're not cute. Like, you're gorgeous. You're my wife. I love you. That's just how we talk to each other. You have to kind of be around to understand. Like, we're wild. Okay. So he, how I wonder if I can if I could do. Let me see something. Okay. Okay. If I can add, no, I can't do that. Okay, I don't know how to do it. Anywho, they don't. They used to have a sharing thing on the where you could click on your video and share because I can show y'all the video. But anyway, so and I just kept looking and I was finding all these different pictures and I was just like, okay, okay. I was like, oh, okay, well, whatever. And I sent it to my pictures, to my children. I sent her pictures to my children, or get my older children. This was before my youngest son got here. And they were like, oh my gosh, she looks just like you, Mom. She looks like us. I was like, no. I was like, I don't see it. They was like, yes, she do. So I was like, okay, fine. So what happened was I called every number that she had ever had. I called, I was going down the list. I found all of her family on Google. And so I started calling all them. So I called her twin brother that I did not know, unbeknownst to me. You were on camera on the other night. Yeah, okay, yeah, good. Okay. So I have to post. Okay, look, well, I'm not gonna show. I got my bedtime clothes on now. So let me see if I can show y'all a picture without showing myself. Let's see. It's not letting me add. It says something about the videos that I have. It's not allowing me to do it. So I don't know. Anyway, so she was along the lines of I called her brother twice. I knew it was her brother, but I didn't know, and his name was Ricky. And I was like, that's weird. I said, oh, that is her name. So I looked at the yearbook picture, they was side by side, and it was like Ricky and Vicky. I was like, oh my God, they're twins. They're fraternal twins. So I said, oh, okay, cool. So I called him, and he stayed like probably about 8 minutes away from where I grew up. Okay. So I'm like, I knew what high school she went to because my parents told me. And I said, well, I know you don't know me. I said, but I sounded just like this, and I know I'm really goofy, as y'all can probably tell. I said, I'm your niece. My name is Amira. And I'm your long lost relative. Vicky, your sister had a baby. I don't know if you knew this, but please get in contact with me or have her to call me at this number. And I gave my number. Yes, I have locks. I have locks, but they're different type of locks. Meaning I don't retwist my locks. So, but yeah, I have locks, but they're not twisted. They're only twisted at the ends. They're not twisted. It's my real hair. It's just not twisted. I'm not getting ready to do all that because every time because it's like I felt like my hair. I don't like the parts, and it was getting on my nerves. And once you start growing, I've been growing my locks for a long time. Once you start growing, you just get bored with it. I just want to be able to have versatile locks. But anyway, so I had left a voicemail like at 10 o'clock. No answer. Left another voicemail like 2 o'clock in the morning. I know it was last. Like I know it's late, but you still ain't calling me. What's going on? And I just start calling everybody down on that list. Nobody answered. Some phones were off or what have you. Then my cousin, I posted online, hey, I found my biological mother. Anybody in because I'm in Kentucky and everybody's in St. Louis because she's in St. Louis. I said, anybody in St. Louis that's family that's cool and down with me, want to help me find her? Cool. My cousin was like, yo, I got you. My cousin who I was raised with. I mean, he's not my biological cousin, but a cousin nevertheless. And so she went to his residence first because it's right around the corner from her parents' house. And he saw her on the screen and she was just talking and she left a little message and he didn't say nothing. And he didn't call nobody at that time either. Well, he writes books. So he's kind of, I don't want to call him a conspiracy theorist, but I'm just going to say that I don't know if you all know I'm intuitive. And he's also, their whole family's intuitive. But anyway, he predicted a lot of things that happen now that he wrote back in the 70s, but whatever. Everybody wasn't accepting her The dad's family welcomed her with open arms. I was honored to be there for the first meeting. Yes. So I don't mind y'all interjecting. Y'all could ask questions or y'all could leave comments. I'm okay with that. That's not going to disturb or do anything for me. That's feedback. I like conversations like that. Anywho, so and he didn't answer. So then she went to another house of another name that came up. It was this man's name. And I was like, no, maybe that's her. I did find out that she was married. I wound up contacting, I couldn't find her. It said her husband had passed away, but I did get in contact with his family. And they was like, yeah, they know her. And that was it. But they didn't have her number. Thank you. And so she went to a guy's house. It turned out to be her ex-boyfriend and his new woman, but they know her. But my bio mom's weird like that. She would be, not to tell y'all her business, but she'd be cool with her. um she cool with everybody, unless you just really do something to her. But anyway, nevertheless, she my cousin went over there. They said, who is this? And she was like, this is Vicky's, my cousin is Vicky's daughter. And they was like, oh my God, come in, because she had been looking for me. So my cousin came in and they were like, wow, well, she'd been looking for her for years, and we tried to help her, but she's not talking to us. She mad at us, but I got her number. I'm gonna call her right now. So he called her and she's like, who is this? Click. Right. So my cousin was like, he's like, Vicky. His girlfriend was like, answer your phone, Vicky. I really want to talk to you. When you got your daughter here. They was like, click, click, click. She kept hanging up on them, right? Because she was mad at them or something. So what ended up happening is he's like, well, I got her grandmother number. So she called my grandmother, talked to my grandmother. They showed her pictures of me, and they was like, oh my God, she looks just like you. So they showed her pictures of me. They showed her ex and his new woman pictures of me. And it's like, oh my God, she looks just like her. They look just alike. And so from there, my cousin spoke with my grandmother, and then my grandmother called me, and she was crying, and she's like, oh my God, we've been looking for you. And it just got really emotional. I'm trying not to get emotional now. And it just got really emotional. And she was just like, I will let her tell you what happened with your birth, but it's not like what you think. And I was like, okay. So she's like, she'll call you in the next couple of days. Just give her some time. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she's going to reject me. So I'm all like, so all the insecurities came. And I was like, you know what? It is what it is. At least I know who she is, So I got a call, and she's like, may I please speak with the Mira Quayle or whatever. And I was like, this is Mira Quayle. How can I help you? She was like, this is Vicky. I was like, hey, how you doing? She's like, fine. She was like, before I get started, would you be willing to submit to a blood test? I was like, no problem. Urine test, blood test, hair sample, whatever you need. I take the underarm, piss from my underarm hers, right? So she started laughing. And she was already thinking like, okay. And I said, well, do you have a text phone? She's like, sure. And I said, do you mind? I can send you. She's like, can you verify all the information on your birth certificate? So I verified. I was like, I don't know how to say this name that you named me. I don't know who named me this, but this is a name that I would never know how to pronounce. And so she was like, well, just spell it. And I spelled it. She's like, okay. She said, well, do you know what does it have on it, what time you were born? And I told her. She said, okay. And she said, well, okay. Well, then she started asking me for the blood test. I said, okay, no problem. I said, well, do you mind if I said, does your phone receive text? She said, yes. I said, well, okay, I'm going to get to that. I'm going to tell you, Lisa. I'm going to tell you. She says, ops. Yes, she was like ops, the ops. Yes, she was. So I sent her a picture of me, and I sent her a picture of the birth certificate. And she was like, I said, did you get it? She said, yeah, I'm going to call you back in about 30 minutes. So that 30 minutes went to an hour. So she called me back crying. She's like, you are her. Oh, my God. So she was like, well, I already know you want to know why I gave you up. I was like, yeah. I was like, I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, if you're going to tell me, sure. She said, well, I gave you up. And then she said, does your phone, she said, well, obviously your phone received text, I'm going to send you a picture. So she sent me a picture. It was like 23 people on this picture. And she's like, you see all those people? She said, yeah. She says, you see the address that you were born in? She's like, I'm sure you did all your research. And I'm sure you know how small that house was. I was like, yeah. She's like, well, those 23 people, and you probably can't count that many, but it's 23 people in that picture. And that's how many people stayed in that family. She was like, I was 14 when I got pregnant with you. And I was like, okay, yeah. I thought you was 15, but she's like, yeah, I was 14. I was 14 when I got pregnant with you. Um, my grandfather and my aunt basically said that I couldn't come home. My mother didn't mind, but my mother said she couldn't do it because my mother didn't stay. My mother was, poverty. Was in poverty. I mean, all of them was poverty. Was poor. Um, and she said, well, my mama wouldn't have mind, which is your grandmother. You talked to her already. But unfortunately, my grandfather was not having it. He was kind of mean. He was not the nicest person in the world. And my mother's sister, which is the oldest, uh, did not basically said that you couldn't bring no baby in here, and it was too many of us to stay in one house. And then I talked to your father, and I had been thinking for a long time that my father worked at a gas station that was black owned in St. Louis, but it turned out he was not at a gas station. He actually, we'll get into him in a minute. I'll tell you about him in a minute. So I was like, okay. And she was like, well, and then I went to your father and said, hey, I'm about to have this baby. What you gonna do? They get ready to put me out. I'm not saying you need to be with me, but I just need you to help the baby. And then he was like, well, I'm getting ready to get married. And he had allegedly, or the legend has it, that he had two other women pregnant at the same time. So I'm supposedly the oldest from my understanding at that time. Now I know now. So she's like, and he had a little boy. And that's what she already told me. She said he had a little boy named Larry. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So she's like, Larry about a little bit, some months younger than you. I've never seen him, what have you, but it is what it is. And she said, well, he basically didn't deal with me or whatever like that after that. And what happened was he got with he went ahead and got with her, and they went off into the sunset. And he owned, okay, check this out. So now I'm going to get into him a little bit. He owned his own Velvet Freeze, which is an ice cream parlor in St. Louis. Okay. Many black people who had a little bit of change and his stepfather owned a grocery store. So he also owned that. So he had money, and his biological, and that was his stepfather. His biological father stayed in another city in Illinois. I'm not gonna say what part, but in Illinois, and they was nice to do. They had it nice going on, right? So so anyway, that's what happened with that side. So anywho, I'm gonna tell you about that meeting of those folks. So we just talked a lot, and she basically said she didn't want to give me up. She said it was what they wrote down, because originally on the non-identifying information it said that she wanted to better her education. She said she finished high school, she got certifications here and there, she just kind of skipped around, but it wasn't, that was not the reason why she gave me up. They lied, she said. And then my grandmother, of course, told me the same story. Pretty much everybody. So my mother gave me my first name, and my auntie gave me my middle name, because although my biological father really didn't want much to do with it, or whatever the case is. I tell y'all his side of it in a second. Then my aunt basically was along the lines. I'm sorry if I'm stumbling around. It's just kind of hard to talk about sometimes. It's not hard to talk about in the sense of, oh, it's just depressing and it hurts my feelings, but it's just weird to talk about. It's just weird. It's not really hard. So she felt felt the ways, about that, and she basically moved out at that point. Once she had me, she never went back home, right? Because she felt the ways, and it kind of did something with her. It just it was painful, And then she described my birth to me. My birth story does I find comfort with my birth story. My other mother gave me a great birth story. Not birth story in the sense of her giving birth to me, but she reminded me, and she says as follows: my mother who raised me. She says that when they went to the foster home and saw me, my parents are dark skinned, and she felt like my biological mother is my complexion, and my biological father's dark skinned. Anyway, so my parents who raised me, she said that when she saw me, she said I was too light, and they didn't want to. They wanted a child that looked like them, so they would be questioned, right? So they wouldn't be questioned. Uh, and so they went back home, and she looked at my father. She said, my father's name, and she said, get up, we're gonna go get that baby. And that's I find comfort in that. My biological mom said that she was dancing to some records, to the Supremes, and and mind you, I used to dance to the Supremes too, but that's another story. And she was dancing to the Supremes, and her water broke, and she was over her friend's house, and her friend was like, "Girl, stay around, don't go nowhere." And she wound up leaving, and she said it didn't hurt at all when she gave birth to me, and she said they wouldn't allow her to see the baby, me. And they just kind of took her from her, and they kind of held her down so she wouldn't look back. In those days and times, you weren't able to see the baby. So she said there was a baby with curly hair, and it had really big eyes. The baby had really big eyes. I don't really feel like I have big eyes. My bio mom do have some big eyes though, but she cute. She cute, but she got some eyes on her. But they said I had big eyes or whatever. So whatever. I find comfort with both of those stories. Um, so anywho, so I found and she told me my biological father name. So let me break this down, y'all. Why did almost everybody that I grew up with knew who my biological father was and my mother? They was like, "Girl, we did not." Some people didn't even know I was adopted, and the ones that did know I was adopted, they was like, "We didn't even know that was your mother." I was like, "Did you know somebody gave their baby up? Why you ain't think about that?" I didn't even thinking about her, right? So, anywho, so I found all their information. I found my cousin. I found my uncle, my aunts, because she had passed away, and I did find out that my father passed away. He had just died like months before I found him. Crazy, right? Um, so I wind up getting my cut. So I knew I had a brother. I knew I had one brother at the time. So I wind up getting my mother's husband, her widow. And so I wound up contacting him, and he basically shot me all of my cousin's information and all of my brother's information. He was like, "Oh yeah, you got two brothers. Did you know that?" I was like, "Well, I just knew about one." He's like, "Well, yeah, you got two brothers." I was like, "Wow, really?" He's like, "Yeah." And so he told me their names. And so because my brother passed away a little while ago, I did get a chance to meet him though. So I kind of sent everybody. I sent two of my cousins and both of my brothers a text all at the same time. I put a group text, and I was like, "Hey y'all, I don't know if y'all know this. I go ahead and tell y'all my biological father name. It don't matter. His name was Larry Fryer." So I was like, "Hey, I don't know if y'all know this, but Larry Fryer actually had a daughter. I'm the firstborn. Bow down to me." I sent them my birth certificate, and I sent them a picture of me. My original birth certificate. I sent them a picture of me, and I said LOL. I know I'm weird. I don't know how to break the ice, so I was like LOL. I know this sounds really strange, but and I started telling them who their parents were, as my biological mother told me. They was like, "Oh my God." So I got one call from my cousin. The birth mother paid some type of boarding fee until she was adopted. Did your mom have to do that? No. No, she put me up into a a uh a agency, adoption agency. I didn't go to like a regular I didn't go to like foster care. I mean, when I say foster care, I was in foster care, but I didn't go to like DSS, like the state funded one. I went to actual like services. She wanted to make sure that I didn't end up in, because they lied to her and told her that they already had a family for me. They did not. It took 6 months. I go ahead and tell y'all that. I didn't share that with you, but I go ahead and tell the story. They adopted me in 6 months. My parents found me in 6 months, right? But I was through an agency, an actual, not state funded agency, but an actual agency, a religious agency. Believe it's funny because I know a lot about different religions. I teach it. Um, she paid some time. Did your mom talk? Okay, so she was adopted. Did your mom have to do that? No. Okay. My friend talked to her sister and she told her to stop trying to contact her mother. Damn. Did his widow know about you? Let's discuss that. It wasn't his widow. They were no longer married. But yes, she did. But she did not tell him. So, anywho, I shot a message to everybody. I got a call from my cousin. The female cousin was the first person, the mother who named me. She's like, "Oh, I knew about you because my mother was gonna name me the same thing that your mother named you." And my middle name is a family name, so they knew that if I came back, that would be the name that she would be able to recognize or whatever. So she was like, "Yeah, I knew about you." And then she kept telling everybody. Everybody was like, "This is some fake stuff." And then she was like, "No, it's real." And they was like, "How do you know?" She's like, "Oh, I knew about it." They was like, "Why didn't you tell anybody?" And she was just like, "Well, I don't know. I just didn't." So my cousin talked for a minute, and then I got a call from my brother. My brother that's my hood twin. You know, they call it your hood twin because they was pregnant the same time. The brother that I was pregnant the same time, but I'm older. And he was like, "Hey," he's like, "How you doing?" I said, "I'm doing okay." And he's like, "Wow." He said, "Well, I." He said, "Is your mother named Vicky?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Oh." He said, My mom said she know." I said, "No." He said, "Wait a minute." He said he clicked over. He said, "Mama, you knew about her the whole time and didn't tell me?" He said, "Well, she was given up for adoption. What's there to talk about?" And then it was just like kind of weird. And so we had planned to meet. So when I came to St. Louis to meet my biological mom, I went and met. No, the second time. The second time I came up there. The first time I did. The second time I came back up there to St. Louis, because of course, I still have family there, so I travel back and forth. It's just 4 hours away. So I met my brother, and he's like, "You look just like that, you know what I'm talking about? You know how, Ninja." He said, "I look like my father." And then I talked to my brother, and I talked to the other brother, and he's like, "Yeah, my biological father was the later part of his life. He wasn't the first part of his life when he was having me. He wasn't, of course. He was a businessman. But the later part of his life, he got into some substance abuse. He had, you know, quite a party. He was a partier. You know what I'm saying? Um, but he did die of cancer, and he did. My cousin did ask him about me. He said he didn't have a choice in the matter. And I know he was saying baby girl, so I don't know. He had, I guess he had love for me, so to speak, but I didn't get a chance to meet him. But I got pictures of him. I got his birth certificate. So he does have other sisters, and I did meet. I still have not met them in person, but I've talked to them we are Facebook friends. We talk and stuff. And when I came to them, I came to them the same way, and I was like, "Hey, I don't know if you know this, but your brother Larry has had a daughter," and they was not shocked. I sent them a picture of me, and I found his high school picture too. And in comparison to him and my grandson, he's like a darker version of my grandson. So, yeah. I was like, well, she's not lying. Some people be lying about, you know, birthing people, but he actually does look like my grandson. He's like the split image, actually. He's dark. My grandson's light and he's dark. So that's the only difference. With the eyes, the face, the bone structure. And I am taller than my biological father, so I thought that was pretty funny. I'm taller than my biological mom too, so I'm like taller. My brother, my oldest brother, my brother that's under me, he's taller than me. My youngest brother, not so much. He's short. But yeah, so they were short. My friend's dad won the lottery, and he thought it was somebody trying to get his money. I could imagine. I wish my biological mom win the lottery. Shoot, that lady, I'm telling you, that lady would have gave me half. You hear me? Yeah, she's a sweetheart though. She is really nice though. She gets on my nerves though. She nags though, but other than that, like she'll babysit. She babysits my son sometimes when she comes into town, or if I come into town. If me and my husband want to step out, she'll watch him. Now that's I don't really have people watching my son like that. I mean, her. I don't have my other children though, because I mean, no, just no. We just all go together. If they gonna stay watching, then we might as well all go together, But so yeah, she watches my son, and my parents who raised me versus my parent that's alive that raised me, my father who raised me, versus my mother who my birth mother. Bio. I call my bio. Literally call her bio mom. When I call her back, hey bio mom, what's up? That's how I talk to her. But uh, she basically they have not met each other. My father doesn't really want. I mean, it's not beef, but he don't really want to meet them like that. He's just like, I'm his daughter. I'm a part of his life, and he just deals with me as his daughter, and he don't necessarily want to meet nobody outside of that, like bloodline. Like he probably would have met my brother, but I just keep the two worlds separate. It's like this is my biological family, and this is the family that raised me. My biological family would like to meet my parents, but my father was like, not so much. He didn't say that, but you can tell in his energy. She is very well off and didn't need a dime. LOL. She owns 5 homes. Well, she needed not me. I'm just playing. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so it's just I don't know. It's just separate. It's just separate. Would I like my family to come in? And I told my father kind of every step of the way, but when I met her, I didn't tell him that. Yeah, his brother basically busted me out and told him, and I just was kind of looking like, you know what I mean? Um, but it's just. It's just separate. It's separate but equal. um, no, it ain't equal. It's just separate but separate. Separate but like this is my biological family. This is my so like here I'm on Facebook. Here I'm like, hey TT. And the other TT be from my other family be like, hey, I'm like, no, I was talking to the other TT, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like weird. They don't interact with each other, not even on Facebook. You know how like the sister, even on down to my biological family father, my father's biological family, my biological father's side do not really interact with my biological mom's side either. You know what I mean? So it's kind of weird. But long story short, well, let me tell you this. Let me tell you the other kicker part to this story. My children's cousin is related to one of my biological cousins. So it's crazy. So that's how deep it is. So all this whole time they've been knowing her, they've been knowing my father, they've been knowing my biological mother. I could have been met them, but I mean my biological mom gave some good information, but if she would have, her breadcrumbs sucked a tad bit. If she would have said he owned a ice cream parlor or store, then I would have known what store it was because it's not many blacks that own Majority of the blacks that own stores like that, it would have been Velvet Freeze, and so I would have guessed that right up, and I would have found him. All I had to do was type that in, but she didn't do that. Well, she didn't tell her adopted parents. The adoptive dad still doesn't know she met her biological family. I understand that though, because it's I I would have told my father, but I wasn't ready to tell him then. My uncle kind of busted me out, and my father just kind of looked. But I don't want to lie to my father. My father wasn't really a type of father who lied to me about things. I didn't really have a father who was a liar, to me. So it wouldn't have been right for me to keep that from him. However, I just didn't feel comfortable with telling him right then and there. You know what I mean? That should have been a conversation between me and him, and not like him, my uncle, and my husband. I would rather us to have had that conversation privately. Um, no, I he kind of already knew that I was going to. He already knew that I was working on finding out where I came from. So it wasn't total betrayal. He was already knowing that it was going to go down. But I just didn't tell him that I met her that day. Like my uncle like busted me out like, yeah, I seen the postings on Facebook and you met your mom today, basically. And it was just like, he's like, that's a good thing. And my father was like, what? You know what I mean? So I didn't necessarily want to tell him then and there. So he didn't feel portrayed as least. I didn't get the energy of portrayal. I got the energy of shocked. Now, if my mother who had raised me was alive and that had happened, then she would have felt betrayed. She would have been angry and she would have been mad. Now, if I would have brought her along with me, she would have been cool with it. She one of them kind of mothers. So I would have had to introduce them. Now, she would have met her. My father, not so much. But she would have gone in there. She'd have been like, you ain't staying over here. Uh, I need to meet her. Where you at? You know what I mean? She would have got all her information and just kind of, that's just how she is. That's how she was. But no, it wasn't really him being portrayed. It was more along the line. See, I understand how it feels though, because I know that if I I know that there's going to come a time when my child is going to want to do, find his body. He might not. He might want to learn, but I'm prepared for it. And if that's something that he would like to pursue, that I will be okay with it at the appropriate age. So he can know, but the meeting aspect would be when he is grown or close, maybe possibly before he graduates high school, like the senior year. Then we can discuss, and I have to see where they are and see if they what type of folks they are. But nevertheless, and we can meet somewhere private. We can meet somewhere out in public. But he ain't going back to their house, not at that tender age, because that's another story. But I would be open if that's something he would like to do. But I'm not getting ready to lie to him, and I'm not getting ready to be trying to sugarcoat, because he has the right to know at an appropriate age where he came from. You know what I mean? I'm glad I did not know at 16, because where my head was at 16, I don't think it would have been it wouldn't be like it is now with my family, as well as, because I think that it would have been a situation like if I would have known at 16, it would have been a situation where if I was mad at my mother, then I would have been okay, I'm gonna go over here. And oh, you ain't gonna do it, I'm gonna go over here and talk to her. You know what I mean? And I knew how my mind state was at that point in time, because I had anger to a degree, and I was still trying to find myself. So I don't think that would have been an appropriate time. Now at 18, I probably would have been better, more mature, and more equipped. I would have had to get more extensive counseling during that time frame. They would have had to, because my mind was like not in that place for that. But now I'm in a good place with my biological mom. That's my girl. My children, my daughter talks to her a lot. My sons, you know, sometimes, and it's just busy lives. It's not because she did anything or she is. You know how animated I am on here, as y'all see. You think I'm animated? You should see her. I'm gonna share this video. Hold on. Y'all can just go to my video. I don't feel like all that. Okay, y'all just go to my video and y'all can look at the meeting of when I met her and her family and how we kind of look alike and everything. But yeah, it does make a difference. I don't know. It does. It's not that your family who raised you don't love you and care for you, for the most part. But when you have, it's like when you meet your biological family. Wait, did you see your sister wives? Did you see Sister Wives? Yeah, I saw Sister Wives. I watched it. How you know I watched it? Yeah, I seen Sister Wives. That was I'm sick of them. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this 30-minute episodes. That's getting on my nerves, and it don't be enough juice to be just 30 minutes. And it's like you have to really watch the whole entire season. I'm damn near already to stop watching it and just allow it to just happen. And then at the end of the season, then look at all of it all together. Looking at this in increments is just dumb to me. It's like 30 minutes here, 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, 30 minutes there. And then it's like it's not as powerful of an episode to just be for 30 minutes. You know what I mean? It's like I don't care about like it's starting to have some traction. Christine just laughing her head off at Cody. Every time somebody tell her something about what he done did, she just laughing her head up. Did you put your video up? Or what? No, I didn't put it up. Hold on. But yeah, I think Sister Wives is somewhat annoying. I don't nobody want to be honest, but it's definitely annoying for me. And I wish I can do without. I wish they just make it at least hour longs and put the actual juice of it in as opposed to the non-juice. Putting the non-juice in is like lame. It's like, excuse me, get to the point. Nobody wants to see all that. I mean, I want them to make it so. Okay. Yeah, I'm at TLC as well. Okay, boom. There we go. That's the video of my meeting. But yeah, it's kind of it was kind of lame for real. Because they're not getting to the point, and I'm kind of a person who like to get down to the meat of things. And if I gotta wait for prolonged 30-minute intervals, and then they're not really talking about nothing, it's got to be more powerful for me to sit up there and watch 30 minutes. And then I try to stall it, I try to slow it down, and it still sucks. And it's like he is so clueless. I'm like, this has got to be a joke. Like he can't possibly be this dumb. He can't be this dumb and dense. Robin can't be this dumb and dense either, right? It's really annoying, and it's really annoying that that not Robin, that what is her name, Janelle did not have all her shit in order for her to be a Taurus. How could she not have money saved away from them? And why wouldn't she stack her money? I'm not, you could be a polygamist, you could live. I mean, I understand that lifestyle too, but you, even as a polygamist, You don't put all your money in one pot with everybody else. You put your money to the side because you may have to dip out real quick. You don't know what's gonna happen. And I damn sure would put all my money in the pot for robbing to be going to Victoria's Secrets every 5 minutes and buying sculptures and pictures for $7,000 and basically funding her damn life. And that damn sister wives closet ain't shit, and they ain't never gonna be shit. And we gotta quit playing this game. We know goddamn well, but I will do a reaction on that. Y'all better not make me do a reaction on that. I'm gonna wait for the season to be over with for me to do a reaction. I'm not gonna do no bi-weekly reaction because that would not be the plan, because it's not good enough right now until they start breaking up. Unfortunately, again, we waiting on the train wreck, y'all. We waiting on the train wreck. We don't want to see that because it was fake. The other stuff that was happening was fake. Is she the one with the blonde hair? Oh my God, I want to cry. I am so happy for you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Janelle messed up. Like, how you a Taurus and don't have a savings or saving for some type of a rainy day, and you putting all your money in the bucket with them, and your silly self um is letting them take advantage of you and robbing and going shopping every 5 minutes. Yeah, she's the one with the she's the one with the blonde hair. Yeah, it's just weird. It's just like, why would you waste your time on that? And then it's like her and Cody is basically just like Jasmine. Her and Cody is just like Jasmine and what's his name? I mean, straight up. Like, who does that? It's weird. I'm trying to tell y'all. I need to get off of here. I done set my tail up here, knowing I'm gonna have to get up early with my son. But I just wasn't sleepy. I'm sleepy now. I'm getting sleepy now. That's exactly how it was when my friend met her dad. Oh, you seen it? Yeah. Unfortunately, everybody doesn't get a happy ending. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I guess my ending's happy. It's happy on my biological mom's side. It's not that it's miserable on my biological father's side. It's not. I just didn't get a chance to meet him. I kind of just feel like, God, I wish I would have just met him, in person. If I would have been him. I did get a chance to meet my grandmother before she died. My grandmother died this year. I did get a chance to chill with her. I chill with her a lot. She cool. She was cool as a fan. And I got to meet my mother's twin brother, and he passed away too. But I didn't get a chance to meet my biological father. But I need to go meet my biological father's sisters, the ones that are alive. The other one that named me is no longer with us here in the physical Ashe. But I would definitely like to meet that family. But I have not met my youngest brother though. But that's another conversation. I mean, it's not real conversation. It's just like, I just haven't met him. I mean, we don't really talk on the phone as much. I guess he's busy. I don't know. But oh yeah, you saw my video. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's how it was. It was kind of like a family reunion. It was really weird. It was just really weird to have all the. It felt like Antoine Fisher, because it's like, my bio mom was like, I know you don't want a lot of people over here, but she wound up having like my grandmother, all of her sisters. I didn't meet all of her brothers at that day, but I met one of her brothers. And then I met a few of her cousins. I met a couple of her cousins, and then their cousins' children. And it was just like, okay, hi. And I met a couple of my first cousins. And it was just like, okay. It was a lot. She was like, girl. I was like, girl, why didn't you tell me it's going to be all these people? She's like, girl. They just kind of came. I was like, mm-hmm. She wasn't them kind. But yeah, she's a sweet person, though. She's a sweet person. She definitely is a sweet person. She just kind of nags, and she get on my nerves. But she'll make a mean cocktail for you. But it's cool. But her bio mother, recently jumped in the car with her aunts after church and just started giving her medical history. They still didn't tell her they met my friend. What? Yeah, some people is just out of there. I mean, that's an unfortunate thing that I just come to accept. Before I met them, I just kind of already I felt like I prepared myself that if Sora wouldn't crush me, I prepared myself just in case she didn't want to meet me. But that was the first thing she said to me when she called me back. She's like, "Look, I want a relationship, so you ain't got to worry about that. You ain't got to second guess. My whole family want a relationship with you. My whole family want to meet you. My whole family like that's my niece. Let's get her. That's my cousin. And every year my auntie and my cousin get me a gift. My oldest aunt gives me a gift, and she always that's how I got started with Michael Kors. She got me on Michael Kors, y'all. So y'all will if y'all ever saw me in person, y'all gonna either see me with Michael Kors or Coach Persh. That's because they started that, and so I'm kind of into it. And I got Michael Kors uh, house shoes, Michael Kors watches, Michael Kors purses, bags, book bags, and stuff. And it kind of got me started like that. And I started buying it myself. But anyway, yeah. So that's kind of what it is. Your bio mom looks like the life of the party. Oh my god, yeah, too much the life of the damn party. That's the problem. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Let me look at this damn video. I gotta look at this video. I ain't seen this video in so long. You said she looked like the life of the party. Yeah, she's something else. Yeah, I'm kind of more reserved. I can be party when I want to be, but yeah, she got enough party for everybody. She is the life of the party. When you upset, you call her, she'll make you laugh. That's how her energy is. Let me click on her. I'm gonna look at this video myself. Yeah, she borderline. I be having to tell her to chill out. I be feeling like her mama. I be like, girl, go sit down. Girls, it's just like she'll be so excited. I'll be like, girl, if you don't sit down, not right now with you and this talking stuff. She'd be laughing. My son be cracking up at her, and I just be looking at her like, oh my god, please. Let me look at this, y'all. I ain't looked at this in so long. Greetings from Dr. S. And of course, I just. Oh, they crazy. They crazy. I remember that video. They are so crazy. Yeah, she was just like, yeah, she say she proud of me, but girl, I don't be listening. She be like, oh, your parents did a good job with you. I be like, yeah. She like, what's your mama like? And she'll ask me questions about her, and I tell her, you know. I show my father a picture though, and he's like, whoa, that's about the extent of it. I don't really tell him about her, or whatever. I don't talk about her no more, for real. But when I first met her, I was talking to him about her, and I showed a picture of my brothers and stuff, and he was just like, okay. But yeah, my biological family is something else. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm going to edit this part. I'm gonna edit all this stuff out of here. I'm gonna at least try to, because this video was extremely long, and I was not trying to be on here this long. But y'all got me reading the book like the slave. I'm gonna keep that in here because that was hilarious. I wasn't even trying to be funny, but I'm gonna keep that in there. But y'all, thank you so much for tuning in, and maybe y'all come back to another live. I will try to make the lives small. I am gonna probably edit this out. This probably gonna be totally out the video because y'all already know my history. We've already talked about it, so you can always go back and look at my other stories on there. Okay, I appreciate y'all. Namaste.